They tried to silence us.
But we will not be silenced. Bienvenidos a Bus Sports. Me llamo Sandy Pisine.
And I'm Shapalicious.
Welcome to the big show.
And rest in power, Pam Bondi.
Start by breaking Diana Walker, Kennedy Sanders, and Jade Cook are returning to the Colorado.
Colorado women's basketball program.
Walker was an all Big 12 honorable mention and all defensive selection, while Sanders averaged 9 points across 10 games before season-ending hip surgery. Meanwhile, the men's basketball team is treading water as Sebastian Rankic and Bengat Dak announced their intention to hit the transfer portal. Rankic averaged over 12 points and 6 rebounds per game on 40% shooting in his second year as a Buff. Dak also made his size felt, bringing down 6.5 rebounds per game with 11.5 points. Alongside the transfer of Isaiah Johnson announced last week, only 2 starters remain in black and gold. For an outlook on Tad Boyle's depleted squad, here's Oliver and Matt with Buff Banter.
Banner, I'm Matt Spivak alongside Oliver Hayes, and today we're going to be talking about the Colorado men's basketball team and some recent news in the transfer portal, or soon to be in the transfer portal, are some of the players as they announced. Forwards Bengat Dak, Sebastian Rankic, and guard Isaiah Johnson all announced they will be entering the transfer portal. Some good news though, as guard Barrington Hargress did announce he will be staying here at Colorado for his senior season. What are your thoughts on that news, and what does Isaiah Johnson's departure really mean for this program?
Well, I mean, to get into all the decisions of those 4 players, that's a whole lot. That's why we have a whole segment for that. So we get into, Bengat Dak, Rankic, Barrington Hargress, what that means for the program down the line. But focusing specifically on Isaiah, what a huge loss for the Buffs. A freshman, a young dude, the potential that he has for his collegiate career, it's insurmountable. What he showed this season as a Buffs leading scorer, averaging nearly 17 points per game, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Could have been better on the defensive end, but was manageable, averaged a steal a game. He was what the Buffs wanted to keep around and build around going forward into next season and potentially after that. But with a guy like Isaiah, he could have been in the NBA after next season. So, don't know how much in the future he would have stuck around, but obviously a huge hit for the Buffaloes. You have to wonder about why he would enter the transfer portal because of what he would have here in Colorado. It's hard to imagine he would find a better role than 30 minutes per game, having the ball in his hands at the end of games. But with the reported numbers around spending and things, even though the Buffs reportedly offered a competitive offer to Isaiah Johnson, he had to take his talents elsewhere.
Yeah, like you mentioned, for a guy that showed so much potential, it really is a hit to the team morale, and it's going to be hard for some of the players to rally around not having him next year. Obviously, we're expecting for him to be maybe the face of this program for the next season, maybe 2 incoming, depending, as you said, his draft status. But unfortunately, that won't be the case here at Colorado, and there's going to be some guys who were here that are going to have to step up, and some guys that maybe Colorado, Tad Boyle and his staff are going to look out to go get either in the transfer portal or new freshmen. But now let's take it to the other news from the transfer portal. Obviously, we mentioned Rankic and Dak both are moving or planning on moving. Which of those moves is more surprising for you, or more of a worry for this team?
I mean, it's really hard to say. I think in terms of the hits to the team and what they mean, they're kind of neck and neck, both as talented forwards. Obviously different players, but kind of similar skill sets as versatile, mobile forwards at 6'11" and 7 foot. But I think that's Sebastian Rankic in terms of what, maybe not what will be missed, but in terms of what Buffs fans could potentially be upset about seeing at another school. I think Sebastian Rankic has more of a chance to pop at another school, I guess, than Bengat Dak is what I'm trying to say. We've seen the talent that has come through Colorado. You look at Tristan da Silva, a tall guy who has shot the ball well, who's kind of versatile. And the Buffs fans also seeing Nick Clifford, a taller, a forward who's a little bit shorter than Sebastian Rankic, but can shoot the ball, who can get downhill, who can affect the game in an all-around way that Rankic can. And so I just think with, kind of the ghosts of Nick Clifford with how he turned out at Colorado State, a similar player in Rankic with the talent and potential that he holds, set to be a junior next year. I think that could potentially be, that worries me with what Buffs fans may wish they had looking at next year.
Yeah, obviously both guys are gonna. There's production to be made up from both guys, whichever way you slice it. I'm gonna go the other direction. I'll go with Bengot Dak. Just his size on the defensive end. Although Colorado's defense was not great, he was one of their best players in that interior on the defensive end, and that's something that's really going to be missed, and something that the Buffs are going to need to go out and get a tall guy that can guard, play that 5 position and guard 4s and 5s in this tough Big 12 conference. So yeah, I'm definitely going to lean towards Dak on being, a little bit more worrisome. Heading into, our final question, now with the Ranchich and Johnson and everybody leaving, there's some more money on the table for this Colorado team. Where do you see that spending going?
Well, yeah, the big thing is that with Barrington Hargress, like you mentioned earlier, him planning to stay, the Buffs and new athletic director Fernando Lova, the athletic department, is planning to double the spending for the men's basketball team. That's what I was able to report, and Joe Tipton reported for On 3. And so with those moves going forward, I think that while Isaiah, his move is irreplaceable, and fans, can be upset about missing Ranchik and Dak and what that will do for the front court, I think with the money that is there, like you said, and the plans to double the money, now the Buffs can do some things. They already have one scholarship spot open, and they've paid, they seemingly, have paid Hargress. It seems like Ian Inman, Josiah Sanders, Jalen Hall, and they're going to stick around. I wouldn't imagine that they had to have gotten paid too much to return. So I'd imagine that if there's only one player that they're going to spend money on in the transfer portal, that's going to be a heck of a hit, ain't it? So I'm really excited to see what the Buffs can do in the transfer portal with all that money and the plans that they have. And, with the Buffs losing in the Crown to the Oklahoma, we didn't get this, there's, I guess that's irrelevant at this point. The portal was opening on April 7th regardless, and the Crown was ending before that. But players could enter the transfer portal that played in the Crown. And so the more scholarship spots could open up, and trying to replace Bengot Dak and Sebastian Range, it could be through multiple players. And depending on how much that money looks like, the Buffs could potentially see upgrades from Ranchik and Dak. But, only time will tell. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you. The transfer portal is looking nice with, the amount of money that we have. I'm not sure. Do you know how much it is, or we're not totally sure?
It's always hard to tell because with Colorado, they don't have the they passed that bill where the NIL isn't available for the public. So from what I've seen, it's just like it's public records requests that other journalists have gotten where it's been total spending from programs and just kind of reporting numbers, but I haven't seen a specific thing for the Buffaloes out. From what I know, it was towards the bottom of the Power 4 or Power 5, depending on if you count the Big East in that, but towards the bottom of power conferences.
Yeah, but either way, they're looking at that transfer portal, and I'm expecting them to, like you said, get a big hit out of the transfer portal with the money that they have. And hopefully they don't spend too much, as you said, trying to keep the players on their roster, and they can look to spending that money elsewhere, whether it is a transfer portal or another, talented freshman in Isaiah Johnson that, they can somehow find that would, work out well for the team too. That's all I had. You have anything else to add for Buff Banner?
I mean, get excited. That's what I would say, because a lot of fans look at this and they see three of the four best players hitting the portal, and it's easy to get your morale down. But I think with Fernando Lovo coming in the door and the plans that they've announced, and Hargress wanting to stay and knowing that he wants to win in his senior year, I think that bodes well for Buffs fans. So that's all I got to offer.
All right, well, that's this week's Buff Banner. I'm Matt Spivak with Oliver Hayes, and we'll send it back to you guys at the desk.
The men's basketball season came to an end after a 90-86 overtime loss to Oklahoma in the first round of the college basketball Crown Tournament. If you haven't heard of the Crown Tournament, it's the worst part of a Vegas vacation. Junior guard Barrington Hargress led the way with a season-high 31 points. The Buffs also got key contributions from Alan Michael and Felix Casarias as they built an early first-half lead. But Oklahoma whipped it out in the second half with multiple players scoring in double figures and carrying that momentum into overtime. Tad and the Tadpoles turn their attention to the offseason, where they can enjoy watching the Colorado Rockies suck.
It's time for this week's trivia question. Following the men's basketball team's elimination from the Crown Tournament, we ask you which team eliminated them from the last college basketball crown last year. Stay tuned for the answer later in the show. What an Saturday, women's lacrosse opened Big 12 play with a big fat W against the San Diego State Aztecs. The Buffs pulled away early in the second period and never took their foot off the gas, winning 16-5. Maybe SDSU should stick to boxing movies as their alma mater of Carl Weathers, aka Apollo Creed. Both Lily Assini and Maddie Shoup achieved major career milestones, surpassing the century mark in career goals. Trip Malden has more.
What is up, Buff fans? Trip Malden here with Skull Buff Sports. I'm here at Prentup Field where your Colorado Buffaloes just defeated the SDSU Aztecs 16-5 in their Big 12 home opener. All right, with this win, the Buffaloes now go 5-0 on home turf, remaining undefeated. This was a huge game for the Buffaloes to start out their Big 12 opener in such a dominant fashion. Dominating that entire second half of the game. And it was also a big game for two players in particular, Lily Assini and Maddie Shoup, both of which scored their 100th career points this game. So, a huge game for the Buffaloes and a huge win to send them off on their way on their now away streak.
This is the second week in a row that C-U has had two big players. Big 12 Player of the Week awards, that is. Senior defender Jess Peluso secured Draw Specialist of the Week, and senior midfielder Lily Assani earned Midfielder of the Week for the Buffs. Also of note, Elena O was not selected for Goaltender of the Week. This time, the first time this season in the conference that someone else has earned the title after 7 straight weeks of her ranking in the honors.
Tomorrow, the Buffs are heading down to Gainesville to take on the number 5 ranked Florida Gators. The Buffs enter on a 3-game hot streak and hope to carry that flame to upset the Gators. They'll fight for their first ever win over Florida. After upsetting number 2 Northwestern to start the season, Saturday is shaping up to be a major test for the Buffs, as well as for 5-time Big 12 Goalie of the Week, Elena O. The Gators currently have the highest scoring offense in the Big 12. First draw is set for, just kidding, I won't tell. Patience for rapid fire is a virtue.
The Buffs head down south to face non-conference Jacksonville University from the Atlantic Sun Conference. Sitting at 8-3, a staggering 7-0 at home, the Dolphins will provide another tough matchup for Colorado. First draw is set for none of your business.
CU's football.
I'm Liam Howard here alongside Xavier McNevis. We just wrapped up at the CU Pro Day, watching a lot of guys out here competing, trying to make themselves a case to make an NFL roster. There's also a CFL scout here for the Hamilton Tiger Cats, so lots of opportunities for those guys. But start with this question, Xavier. Who stood out to you today and why?
Yeah, I'm going to say Xavier Hill stood out 100%. He's 6'3", 350 pounds, offensive line. This guy jumped 30 inches in the air. He ran a 5 flat. I mean, I would hate to see a 350-pound man running that speed at me. I think any NFL linebacker is used to it, but would also hate that as well. So Xavier Hill really impressed, and I think he's a really versatile guard, and he played tackle and guard, and he said in the presser that he had been getting snaps through his training. So I think Xavier Hill was definitely the most impressive today.
Yeah, absolutely. And another thing that could even bring up is the potential of, maybe if you're looking at field goal block units in the NFL, something like that, that's a place where he could fitting up on that line. If you're jumping 30 inches in the air with that type of build, I think that's something that NFL teams could certainly look at. I'm going to look at the skill position. Sincere Brown really impressed me today. He ran a 4.38 unofficial, but a 4.38 40 today. That's something that jumped off the page to a lot of people. I think that that's a guy who could make an NFL camp, especially with that time, if that does prove to be official. I mean, the Denver Broncos are one team that I think of. Of course, the local team, they like to look to see you a lot for undrafted free agents, and I think that that's one way he could potentially go. And then if he's not going to go to an NFL team, if he doesn't get a preseason invite or a training camp invite, something like that, there are certainly other leagues, like I mentioned, the CFL was here, the UFL are potential options that would love to have a 4.38 speed guy coming out of Colorado. So he really impressed me, and I think he just made himself some money by the performance he had today. Yeah. But there were so many guys that there were definitely some guys who did not quite live up to what they were hoping, at least for today. Was there any guy that to you would have hoped to see a little bit more from?
Yeah, I mean, from the offensive line, I think Zy Chrysler was definitely the one that I would like to see a little bit more from. He didn't have the most impressive testing most impressive measurements. And I also would have liked to see Amari McNeil more. He didn't jump. He didn't do a lot of the things. He just did the 3-cone drill and a lot of the change of direction drills. I would like to see a lot from Amari McNeil, especially because he had been with the Buffs for a few years now.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to agree with you there. I think that Amari McNeil absolutely could have put more on the field today. I think that was the case for a lot of these Buffs coming in. Obviously, with the season that they had and none of these guys currently being projected in really any experts mock drafts, this was kind of at a point where, these guys needed to put everything on the field that they could. And so to come in, I feel like, if you're not battling an injury, there's no reason that you shouldn't be running the 40, that you shouldn't be doing whatever you could to put something on film for these NFL scouts. Because, of course, there were 28 NFL teams here. So that's a lot of opportunities. That's a lot of eyes looking at you, even if they're just looking at you as a preseason training camp body. That is still an opportunity in the NFL. So I would think if I personally had the season that the Buffs had and then was coming out here, I'd want to put everything on the field that I could. And, yeah, he was not on the field very much today. So that was one thing I was definitely a little disappointed in. And then Zy Chrysler, he also had during his 40-yard dash, he had an injury, which was unfortunate to see. Kind of seems like, and then he wasn't a very heavy participant after that, so that's unfortunate for him, as well as the sort of lackluster testing he had at the start of the day. But looking at Xavier Hill, I know you were really impressed with him in terms of his future. Where's a place you see him fitting in?
Honestly, I think any NFL team could really use a guy like him just for depth because he's versatile. Like I said, he played tackle, he played guard. He said in the presser that teams are looking more at interior for him, but I think today he proved his athleticism, and he's proved that he can play on tape. I mean, he's a fifth-year grown man, senior, and I think he's a good plug and play. And honestly, I can't really name one NFL team that he could be on, but I think I'm taking the cop-out answer here. I think he can be a really good depth piece for any NFL team for sure.
Yeah, I mentioned Sincere Brown and a potential option to move to the Denver Broncos or something like that. But one guy I also kind of want to talk about a little bit is Caden Salter. He actually really impressed in the jumping drills today. He had the longest broad jump of anyone on the team, which was really impressive. He had a very nice vertical. And then his 40 time was a 4.63, so not maybe a little slower than he would have hoped. But he definitely opened his options up as potentially a receiver at some level. He showed his athleticism today, and I think that was something a lot of the scouts were impressed with. I was kind of hearing murmurs about that from a lot of the guys. So that's something that he could be looked at for. And then at the quarterback position, one of the very few scouts that was standing out watching his throwing drills very intently was the Hamilton Tiger Cats scout from the CFL. He certainly fits the mold of a CFL quarterback, someone who's mobile, someone who can't, it's a bigger field. It's a lot faster paced. So he is a guy who fits that mold. And I think that he could potentially make the move there if they can get him adapted to that type of game, and he showed it with his athleticism today. So lots of guys who really put on a show today, and it's a lot of volume for the Buffs here. They're known for every year having at least one undrafted free agent who sticks, makes a roster. So it'll be interesting to see if there is one of those guys from this team, or if a guy can somehow sneak into the draft, maybe a late round pick. So that is going to be all here from CU's Pro Day. For ScoBuff Sports, I am Liam Howard alongside Xavier McNevitz. You heard it here first.
Thanks, Xavier and Liam. It's good to see those NFL hopefuls in action. Sorry, Steve.
Last Friday and Saturday, Colorado's track team went up to Fort Collins for, you guessed it, a track meet. Danny Tragars finished the men's 400-meter hurdle in just over 50 seconds, ranking 4th in CU history. In the distance event, Linda Weigang won the women's 5,000-meter run in nearly 17 and a half minutes, with fellow Buffs Bianna Winchell and Georgia Bell finishing in 2nd and 3rd respectively. C. Dashu also won the men's 4x4 100-meter relay with Tegan Malcolm, Luke Drive, Jordan Ball, and Nick Gehring finishing with a time of 3 minutes 16 seconds. This Saturday, the team will hit Pottsfield for a classic honoring Jerry Queeler, who I'm telling my grandkids had Colorado track in its prime. While the distance runners will travel to Stanford for, you guessed it, the Stanford Invitational.
Nothing happened to tennis this week because Colby hates us. Just kidding, as the Buffs fell in their lone match of this past week to the number 30 ranked Texas Tech. The Red Raiders blanked Colorado 4-0 on the score sheet. CU is currently competing with Arizona in Tucson and head to Tempe on Sunday to face Walter Cronkite's Sun Devils. Then on Thursday, the Buffs will bask in the glory of tennis's greatest all-time venue, Meadows Club, to face Baylor.
Welcome to Folsom Feud. I'm your host, Colby, here with 3 contestants today, Lincoln, Balin, and Kieran. Lincoln, start us off.
I'll take game day etiquette for 200.
All right. This is the best way to show respect during the CU fight song.
What is standing, singing loud, and raising your hand in the hook 'em horn sign?
Not what we're looking for. Balin, you have an answer?
What is stand up, sing loud, and do the Ralphie horns?
Correct. Balin, the board is yours.
Give me tailgate traditions for 400.
All right, here's the answer. The must-have item to wear on game day to show your Buff pride. Kieran?
What is black and gold?
That's correct. Nothing says school spirit like those 2 colors. Choose the next one.
Let's do fan etiquette for 600.
Fan etiquette. The proper response when you hear someone yell, "Go Buffs."
What is skull, Buffs?
Skull Buffs is right. Looks like we've got some true Buffs fans here. But thank you all for tuning in. Thank you to our contestants, and see you next time.
The women's golfers are set to begin their last tournament of the regular season before the Big 12 championship. Colorado will travel to Napa, California over the weekend to compete in the Chevron Silverado Showdown. The 3-day tournament starts on Monday and concludes on Wednesday. The Buffs are currently ranked number 48 in the nation and look to move up in the rankings heading into the Big 12 championship, starting on April 23rd. Don't drink too much wine, ladies.
For fans of the name Wally, the men's golfers finished tied for 8th place at the Wally Goodwin Intercollegiate in Palo Alto, California this past weekend. The Buffs shot 5 strokes over par in Silicon Valley, sitting in a tie with the Utah Utes. The host squad, Stanford Cardinal, took first place with a score of 17 strokes under par. Graduate Jackson Rivera, not to be confused with SBS member Jackie Rivera, was the only Buff to shoot under par. He finished 2 strokes under, good for 19th place. The Buffs will be back in action at the Thunderbird Intercollegiate on April 10th in Phoenix.
The CU Sluggers are set to return to conference action this weekend against Air Force. The club is coming off their first series loss of the 2026 season last weekend against Nebraska, which saw a literal fight on the field. Can we talk about that? The Cornhuskers beat the Corn out of CU in the final game to win the series off a run rule. This weekend, the Buffs and Falcons meet with 2 undefeated conference records, making this weekend vital for regional tournament implications. Game 1 is Saturday with games 2 and 3 on Sunday. Every game will be streamed right here on ScoBuff Sports YouTube channel.
Make sure you like and subscribe. The Buffs Club men's lacrosse team has had some up and downs since spring break, facing a slew of different teams. They fell to Florida before a solid win over number 16 ranked Chapman. CU got knocked back down, however, after a tough loss to SDSU, but then beat California Polytechnic Institute and Boise State. Next up is a trip to the Beehive State as the Buffs travel to take on both Utah Tech and Utah. They'll then come back to Boulder on Thursday to face their biggest challenge yet, the number 2 ranked BYU Cougars. A lot of Utah.
Women's lacrosse are protecting their necks right now. Currently ranked 3rd with an overall record of 3-3, Colorado has proven to be assassins on both ends of the field. The Buffs secured key wins against Colorado State, Utah, and Utah Valley, home to a beautiful amphitheater. Leading the charge is top scorer attacker Livia Clanian, whose playmaking has been crucial to Colorado's success this season. Now with just 2 games remaining, the Black and Gold are looking to finish strong. Colorado takes on Brigham Young this Friday, followed by a matchup with Utah State on Saturday. Don't miss the action this weekend as they wrap up their season.
Number 1, I think we know where this is going. It's Isaiah Johnson. And the deck attack! Washington, they got Dak going up the left side. He goes there for the slam with 2 hands. The Dak attack strikes again, doing what he does best. Alley-oop from Barrington Hargress and a slam by Bangot Dak. We got a slam from Bangot Dak. What can he not do? Long pass out here to Bangot Dak, who slams it down with 2 hands. Now for number 1 now, it's over to Isaiah Johnson. And the Dak attack! A monster slam for Bangot Dak. I can't go a week without saying Dak Attack here on this show. Since Isaiah Johnson, he's going to hang on to it himself, going out to his left. Finally driving up court, alley-oop, and the Dak Attack!
Here we see Xavier McNevitz working on his reader for the live show. If we didn't have these readers done by Thursday night, chances are we would not be airing this show right now. Be like Xavier. Get your readers done. And don't forget to click save so that you don't lose any of your hard-earned work.
Good evening, Buffs fans, and welcome to Rapid Fire, the place where I'm going to go over all of the games over this weekend. Should be some action-packed stuff. Starting off, track and field, it is the Jerry Quiller Classic all day Saturday. Because of the high winds today, all the events got pushed to Saturday, so from 10 a.m. to about 4 p.m. it's going to be non-stop track and field action. Colorado's best will be getting after it. And then baseball, 3-game series for the Buffaloes up against the Air Force Falcons. Air Force and Colorado are first and second in the Mid-America West Division respectively. Going to be a huge series. CU is coming off of a tough series loss against Nebraska, looking to get some revenge against Air Force. Then women's club lacrosse up against Utah State Saturday at 2 p.m. They are 3-3 on the regular season, looking to finish off at 4-3. They're up against Utah State, who is 1-5 on the year. Last home game for the Buffs should be really fun stuff. That will be streamed live on ScoBuff Sports. Then finally, NCAA lacrosse. Colorado is ranked and they are up against number 5 Florida at home at 10 a.m. The Buffs have beaten a top 5 ranked team so far this season, looking to do it again up against the Gators. Should be really good stuff coming this weekend. Harrison and Lincoln, back to you guys.
Much obliged, Big P. It's time for the answer to this week's trivia question. Earlier, we asked you which team violently eliminated the Buffs from last year's college basketball crown tournament. And the answer is, drumroll please, Villanova. The Nerds from Philly routed Colorado 85-64 in the first ever crown tournament.
Instead of tweet of the week, we have some exciting news. This live show will be the last one that's free in ScoBuff Sports history. Per our Instagram, we're proud to announce ScoBuff Sports Plus for the low price of $34.99 per month. You can purchase the Roach tier, where you'll get all SBS content. It includes every episode of Folsom Feud, our wonderful stand-ups, and exclusive elevator picks. Available on iOS and Android. Purchase the ScoBuff Sports app today. Well, Harrison, it looks like we have an appointment to get to.
Where, in fact?
I think we got to get to Buckingham Hall here.
Well, see you soon, Jake.
For now, though, rest easy, viewer.
And we'll see you in...
Yeah.
You'll see you in Valhalla. And
you heard it here first. They tried to silence us.
But we will not be silenced. Bienvenidos a ScoBuff Sports. Me llamo Sandy Pisine.
And I'm Shapalicious.
Welcome to the big show.
And rest in power, Pam Bondi.
On a sunny Easter Sunday in Boulder, Colorado, we welcome you to Suits Field at Scott Carpenter Park for today's matchup, featuring the Air Force Falcons and the Colorado Buffaloes. Welcome everyone to ScoBuff Sports. Kieran Walker, Nick Evans, joining you on this fine Easter Sunday for the third game of this series between the Falcons and the Buffaloes. Nick, a glorious morning, I must say.
Yeah, nice little Easter Monday. We had a pretty cold one last night, but it's really warmed up since. So the sun's out. I don't see a single cloud, and just looks gorgeous out today.
Absolutely. Couldn't have asked for a better day for baseball. But how about this weekend? Colorado with utter domination against the Falcons, who came up here from the Springs.
Yeah, that was me and Quinn that were on the call for that. Just a really frustrating game for the Falcons today, or last night, excuse me. But game 1 never got behind them, so if as long as they can follow that up and start out early here, I don't see why they can't at least get the 2-1 in this series.
First pitch, gonna be just outside to the left. That's St. George up to the plate. Start off for the Falcons. Count 1-0. This one just inside, tapped towards center field. Second baseman, and an easy out for Colorado.
Yeah, that is Gabe Zebrak on the bump today, doing what he does best, forcing those ground balls. Really good, really good ground ball pitcher, just trying to get above that barrel and force some rollers for this Buffs infield.
Number 3, Rylan Pollock.
Shortstop Ryan Pollock for the Falcons. Second pitch. Count 1-0. It's just inside. But once again, folks, a bit of a skeleton crew out here today on this Easter Sunday. It's a very busy time of year for SBS. This one's fouled back, just left.
Oh, it is Easter. If I was home, I'd be with my family right now.
Absolutely.
Your family celebrate Easter?
I haven't really in recent years, especially since we moved out here to Colorado. But
I noticed it's not as big as a trend it was in New England.
Yeah, when I was younger, like up until I was like in middle school, it was kind of a big tradition for my family. Count to 1 and 2.
It's always an excuse to be bringing your family together.
Absolutely. This one way outside to that right. Count even at 2. This one looked like it was fouled back. Yeah, we said it before, folks. Every time there's a foul, especially heading out right toward the parking lot, it's always a little nerve-wracking. Since luckily my car has not been a victim yet. This one batted going into shallow center, and an easy grab for Colorado. It's out number 2.
It's got to be really difficult with that sun right there, but that had so much flow in that ball that he had no mistake catching that one.
Yeah, certainly. The sun is piercing this morning.
Officially on the day, though, only 51 degrees. Although that sun is really amping it up.
Yeah, I'm starting to sweat here a little bit in the booth. I do have my hoodie on still, so might have to shed some layers soon, but now that's Cole Weir up to bat. And strike 1. I gotta be honest, the umpire in game 2 last night, we would call a strike, sounded like he was saying Zurich, like it sounded like saying Zurich, Switzerland. Like I'm not exactly sure what he was getting at there, but
yeah, I do like
nonetheless.
I do like a vocal umpire. It makes it easy to read.
Certainly,
his calls.
Count even at 1. Make that 1-2.
Job being aggressive there from Zebrak.
Zebrak seeing the mound first time this weekend, as you said, Nick, doing his best. Strike 3, and that'll do it for the top of the first. We're still scoreless.
Made up from both guys, whichever way you slice it. I'm going to go the other direction. I'll go with Bangot Dak. Just his size on the defensive end, although Colorado's defense was not great, he was one of their best players in that interior on the defensive end, and that's something that's really going to be missed and something that the Buffs are going to need to go out and get a tall guy that can guard, play that 5 position and guard the 4s and 5s in this tough Big 12 conference. So yeah, I'm definitely going to back on being, a little bit more worrisome. Heading into, our final question, now with the Rantich and Johnson and everybody needs some more money on the table for this Colorado team. Where do you see that starting to go?
Well, yeah, the big thing is that with Barrington Hargreaves, like you mentioned earlier, him playing mistake, the Buffs and new athletic director Fernando Lova, the athletic department, is planning to double the spending for the men's basketball team. That's what I was able to report, and Joe Tipton reported for On3. And so with those moves going forward, I think that while Isaiah, his move is irreplaceable, and fans, can be upset about missing Ranchick and Dak and what that would do to the front court. I think with the money that is there set and the plans to double the money, now the Bucks can do something. They already have one scholarship spot open, and they pay. They seemingly, have paid Hargis. It seems like Ian Inman, Josiah Sanders, Jalen Hall, they're going to stick around. I wouldn't imagine that they had to have gotten too much. So I'd imagine that if there's only one player that they're going to spend money on in the transfer portal, that's going to be a heck of a hit. So I'm really excited to see what the Bucks can do in the transfer portal with all that money and the plans that they have. And with the Bucks losing in the crown to Oklahoma, we didn't get this. There's I guess that's relevant. The portal is opening on April 7th.
Welcome you back to Scott Carpenter Park. Bottom of the first. Caleb Gooden on deck, or rather pitching for the Falcons. And that's Gabe Zebrak, just pitched for Colorado. Up to the plate first. Started off last night, I believe, as well.
Yes, he did.
Quite the game last night for sure, especially that game 2.
Well, this Bucks team was just hitting in clusters. They'd have a little bit of cold streaks, but whenever they did get hits, it was always in tight groups. So that's why they were able to score so much, because they kept just batting each other in.
Exactly. Count even at 1.
And meanwhile, this Air Force team, whenever they were getting hits, they were all spread apart. So they kept stranding a bunch of runners. And, that's what Air Force is trying to avoid today again.
This one, Zebrak will take a hit, and he is down at the plate, slow to get up. It's a tough scene.
They definitely caught him somewhere.
Yeah.
He's going to need a pinch runner for him. Unless he can tough this one out.
Yeah, it looks like he got him in that left leg a little bit. He's favoring that. Looks like he might try and tough it out. Yep, he's going to go to first.
That's what it's about.
Now Nate Hoffman on deck. He stands by. Looks like Gabe is out in right field. Taking a little bit of a jog. He is back up, ladies and gentlemen.
Center fielder, number 17, Nathan Hoffman.
Yeah, Nathan Hoffman, club president, batting a little earlier in the lineup than he usually does. Usually the cleanup hitter or the 5 spot. Today he's in the 2, so interesting change of tactics here today.
Yeah, he was like midway down the lineup these first 2 games. Make that 1-0. Color's bench still vocal. Zebrak's going to steal second. Trying for third. No, he'll stay.
Another pass ball. That was a big issue for Air Force last night. A lot of advanced runners for CU because of that.
That's what CU is going to take advantage of today so far, as those issues continue to haunt the Falcons. Off chance coming from the dugout. Count 2-1. Fastball right down the middle. Wind's starting to pick up a little bit. Not quite as bad as we saw last week. This one batted shallow into left. And that'll be out number 1. Off couldn't make it there in time. Zebrak is safe at third.
Some good base running there from Zebrak as that ball stayed in the infield and still wanted to challenge
Shortstop,
third.
number
So
15, Vince
it
Simone.
definitely paid off for him. I got that aggressive base running. Now he's only 90 feet from home.
That's Finn Simones. At the plate. Just outside to the right. Zebrak's still jumpy there on third.
Another quick batters count here. Gooden's not really forcing a lot of strike counts. Getting a lot of balls early on in these counts.
This is what Colorado's really And one of their keys to their success this season, and even seasons past, as it counts at 2-1. This one, make that even, right down the middle.
Good back-to-back strikes there.
This one swing and a miss. Will be out number 2 as Simone's will head back. And catcher Charlie Lesh.
Catcher number 2, Charlie Lesh.
Yeah, Lesh having a good season too in his own right. And nice to see him this high up as the cleanup man. And exactly in the position that he wants. He has someone on third.
This one looked like it was foul. No, they'll call it fair. That'll be out number 3.
That's unfortunate.
It's an unfortunate series of events. Lesh was ready on that play, and he'll head back to his dugout as we're still scoreless to end the first here at Scott Carpenter.
Tomorrow, the Buffs are heading down to Gainesville to take on the number 5 ranked Florida Gators. The Buffs enter on a 3-game hot streak and hope to carry that flame to upset the Gators. They'll fight for their first ever win over Florida. After upsetting number 2 Northwestern to start the season, Saturday is shaping up to be a major test for the Buffs, as well as for 5-time Big 12 Goalie of the Week, Elena O. The Gators currently have the highest scoring offense in the Big 12. First draw is set for, just kidding, I won't tell. Patience for rapid fire is purchased.
The Buffs head down south to face non-conference Jacksonville University from the Atlantic Sun Conference. Sitting at 8-3, a staggering 7-0 at home, the Dolphins will provide another tough matchup for Colorado. First draw is set for none of your business.
CU's football.
I'm William Howard here alongside Xavier McNevis. We just wrapped up at the CU Pro Day, watching a lot of guys out here compete, trying to make themselves a case, make an NFL roster. There's also a CFL scout here that Hamilton Titan has. So lots of opportunities for those guys. But start with this question, Xavier. Who stood out to you today and why?
Yeah, I'm going to say Xavier Hill stood out 100%. He was 16, 50 pounds and a half of his run. He's got jumped 30 inches in the air. We got a 5 flat. I mean, I would hate to see a 350-pound man running that speed at me. I think any NFL linebacker is used to it, but would also hate that as well. So Xavier Hill really impressed, and I think he's really versatile guard and play tackle and guard instead. And the rest of that, he lives in snaps to his training. So I think Xavier Hill is definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. And another thing that could even bring up is the potential of, maybe if you're looking at field goal block units in the NFL, something like that, that's a place where he could fit in up on that line. If you're jumping 30 inches in the air with that type, with that type of build, I think that's something the NFL can certainly look at. I'm going to look at the skill position. Sincere Brown really impressed me. So he ran a 4.38 unofficial or 4.38 40 today. That's something that jumped on.
Jackson Knox up to bat for the Falcons to start the top of the second. We welcome you back to Scott Carpenter Park.
Yeah, Carson Knox had a pretty decent outing last night, but unfortunately he was surrounded by batters that weren't getting him home, or at least advancing him. So that plays a huge part into why Air Force got shut out last night. Not a screamer of a game. It was a 4-0. I think a lot of it was Air Force just getting out-pitched. They just had no solution to the bullpen last night that Colorado was putting out there. They had them figured out in the start, and then both pitchers just hit a flow state, and were just throwing pitches that were really confusing the batters.
One's batted shallow center. They'll get out to center field. And a single for the Falcons. Now it's third baseman number 29.
Third baseman number
Padula.
29, I keep Padala.
Padala, excuse me.
Hold on, still trying to adjust here. I'm not usually directing and.
Yeah, Mick, you're really stepping it up here, man. It's impressive. Brings me back to hockey last year, where
It was you and I on the mic. Those were good times.
Yeah, and you bring it back only a year, and it was me and Alex. And it was, if it wasn't for me and him there, it would have been no one. It was just me and him a lot of those games.
Yeah, exactly. In baseball. Those were, and we've said it before, those were interesting days for sure. And now it seems like everybody in this club wants to cover club baseball, which is really fun.
And women's hockey. There was a time when you couldn't get anybody to women's hockey, and now it's one of the most attended of any of our club teams, which is so nice to see.
Absolutely.
And they went the furthest out of all of the teams.
Yeah,
well,
it was fun, man.
D2 made regionals, but they got smoked second round.
Yeah, that was true. So, call ball 4.
4-pitch walk. Not a lot of those from the Buffs this entire series. The Air Force team really fought those counts, but not much to do when the pitcher's just going to give that to you.
Jacob Marshall, the senior from Giddings, Texas.
So Marshall was only in game 2. One of those batters that just had a little bit of a cold streak. I said, whenever the bats were hitting for this team, they were never together. It was always spaced. And that's a huge thing of what goes into a shutout is you just can't. You can get a runner on first, but you can never get him home.
This one's foul back. Call strike 2.
And Marshall batted well under the Mendoza line. Or no, over the Mendoza line. Excuse me. I forget how our stats read it. Batted 7,500. So pretty small sample size, but for the very few plate appearances he's had, it's been doing pretty good.
Absolutely. Call ball 1. It's like just outside the strike zone. Marshall a little early on that last pitch. They called strike 2 just before.
Yeah, called 5 plate appearances. So pretty small sample size, and saw his first couple plate appearances last night as well.
This one batted deep into right. Looks like it's foul. Yep, it'll be in foul territory, but a catch brings the first out of the inning.
Did his job, though. Got under that ball and advanced on another runner 90 feet. So it's exactly what needed. Put that ball deep in the outfield. And now you only have one out. If Stockton just needs to launch this ball, get that fly out, and bring that runner home.
Falcons in prime position to score first. Stockton hearing it from the dugout. They'll dive in at first. Runner is safe.
Zebra whipped that ball as if it couldn't be. If that ball got past, that could have been it could have been a run.
Absolutely. Once again, Hunter is safe at first. Zebrak taking no chances.
He was a little bit more passive on that ball. Had a lot better control on it.
Marshall still very jumpy at first. Start count at 1-0. Make that 2 just outside to the right.
Really good take. I don't know how you. I always see batters. Even when I play a bite at that high end right ball. Especially when you have right now a lefty on the bump. That ball really deceiving where it's going to land in the zone, and 2 really good takes to force the batter's count.
Count 3-0, and he'll take the walk, and that'll score. Scratch that.
That'll load the bases.
Load the bases, excuse me.
And that's another. That is, I believe, back-to-back 4-pitch walks for Zebrak. Not sure if it was a mix of can't find in the zone or intentionally pitching around the zone. But we're going to get a full infield mound visit
Colorado not taking any chances of pitching a shutout this weekend on the series.
Then Ashir Chuchun, excuse me, up to bat. His first appearance, did not play first two. He's from Taiwan. Getting his first, one of the first international players I've seen on any club team for baseball, at least. We had a bunch from hockey, but pretty interesting.
Yeah, certainly, especially from the sport of baseball, for sure. I mean, we covered hockey.
Enjoyed worldwide.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe not as much as hockey. Hockey's pretty long instilled in other countries, but baseball on the rise, definitely.
Certainly. Great to see. History of America through baseball. That's where we talk about that. If you know, you know.
Maybe it'll be world through baseball someday.
That'd be a great class. Curriculum's constantly changing here at CU. Make that 0-1.
So full infield visit. This Buffs team, if this ball is a grounder, they know exactly how to play this. Every time you get a full infield meeting on the late bases loaded, you're trying to figure out what base to go to if it gets hit somewhere.
That was bunted deep.
Oh, ball is dropped in the infield on the bunt.
Big mistake by, looks like Richie Biberoche. And that'll score one for the Falcons on the board first. This is where they've wanted to be all weekend.
Yeah, give credit, though, to Shira Chuchon there. I mean,
12, Vincent.
Bunt was exactly squared where it needed to be. Got some really good contact, and this field is a little bouncy, as we've noted. The grass has to be really trimmed short for that ball to just keep bouncing as much as it does.
That's Caden Vincent, the freshman.
As I awarded the run to their own team.
It's not easy to produce and commentate at the same time, I will say. No one's faulting. This one, batted shallow right. Held on. Another run will score.
Another screamer right there that just got through. Little slice on that ball, too. The shift was on the other side. Just caught all the infield off guard there. Look at that one, didn't get through.
Nick St. George, the designated hitter. You know, he called him Nick George. Reminds me of our former athletic director at CU. Similar name. Make that 0-1.
Yeah, had a ground out. He was the leadoff man for the first. And already back in the game in the second. It's always nice for the leadoff to be back so early.
Absolutely. This one batted. That'll go deep right. Another run will score. And make that 2. Falcons on top 4-0.
Ooh. And that ball from the outfield got right past the catcher. That was allowed to advance a runner. So what could have been runners in the corners is now 2 in scoring position. And we're going to get another full mound visit. Interesting there to not throw cutoff. I mean, the outfield knows more about the tactics than any of us do, but you would think you'd concede those 2 runs and try to at least cut off, stop the bleeding, prevent that runner from getting on second. Because a runner on the corner is a lot different from 2 runners in scoring position. And that will end the day already of Gabe Zebreck. 17 pitches he will finish with.
Tough day for Zebreck. Start out, had a great first inning, and already
and I have
out.
I have a guess at who that is. I believe that is Judd Stafford. I know because he has a really nice looking mustache. Really nice looking mustache. Oh, no. Judd was for a second. That's number 6 for the Buffaloes. Is Chase Ambule.
Yep.
Get in more reps on the weekend.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Colorado Buffaloes, number 6, Chase Ambule.
And pretty good splits for Chase Ambule as well, as I do my best to get the stats up. See how fast I can do that. There we go. Yeah, Chase Ambule, pretty good splits so far. ERA just over 2. Definitely has more Ks than hits per 9, which is a fantastic stat. Again, I think K per 9 is a little overrated of a stat, but to see more than hits is really refreshing. This whole Buffs pitching depth, as well as their starters, has been a lot better than seasons past. It used to be a really big question mark. with this Colorado team. This year, it is definitely not. Really short warm up for Chase Amfield. Only threw like 8 pitches, probably less.
Amfield just hot and ready to go. To start off the day. Yeah, definitely a change in energy from last night from this Colorado team.
It's such a daunting score to be. It's always. I mean, the game isn't decided yet, but usually games like these have a really hot start to one of the teams, and then both teams just kind of stagnate. And the game would be so much closer if it weren't for those early innings. I mean, we may look back and there may be only one more run scored the whole game, and the Buffs are just going to look back thinking what could have been if they just had a tighter start to this game.
Yeah, absolutely. This is quite the change in moods here compared to what we saw yesterday in the first 2 games in that doubleheader.
And good on Air Force, because it was the offense, not really the defense, that was struggling. And now to already put up more runs than the Buffs did last game, or the same amount of runs as the Buffs did last game, that's pretty good.
Make the count 1-2. Count even at 2 for Pollock.
What age did you start doing Easter egg hunts?
That is a great question. I can't really recall. I think it was either 3 or 4. So
really,
yeah,
4 years old.
Yeah,
wow.
I mean, it was a thing. You know, my folks would always hide around the house, but that'll be.
They'll say that clip to
walk. It looked like a clip Pollock.
Cole Weir.
Now Cole Weir back up.
I was probably 10, 11.
Probably 10, okay.
Big family, so
hey,
you know, whether or not I wanted to do it, I mean, and you also get money, you know.
Oh yeah. This one batted shallow, rather deep center, and an easy catch. That's out number 2.
Ooh,
against Weir.
That was a cannon from center field to halt all those runners. I'm surprised no runner advanced there. That was a really well-struck ball. Really good job getting that right back in the infield.
That could have been
31, Carson Knox.
Very dangerous for Colorado. Now Carson Knox back up his second time today.
Only 2 plate appearances. Got a couple more over this weekend, so I'd say he's probably more at 6. Has not gotten a hit before heading into the series, but has a pretty good OPS.
One tapped shallow toward right, and that's out number 3. Colorado escapes. Only 4 runs scored against them.
Yeah, emphasis on the only. That could have been a lot more runs. Bases loaded and a brand new pitcher. Good job on the Buffs just getting out. Now they have a hold it big at them.
Dangerous situation for Colorado. They escape with, I guess you could say, minimal harm. Top of the second coming your way next.
Walker was an all Big 12 honorable mention and all defensive selection. While Sanders averaged 9 points across 10 games before season-ending hip surgery. Meanwhile, the men's basketball team is treading water as Sebastian Rankic and Bangot Dak announced their intention to hit the transfer portal. Rankic averaged over 12 points and 6 rebounds per game on 40% shooting in his second year as a Buff. Dak also made his size felt, bringing down 6.5 rebounds per game with 11.5 points. Alongside the transfer of Isaiah Johnson announced last week, only 2 starters remain in black and gold. For an outlook on Tad Boyle's depleted squad, here's Oliver and Matt with Buff Banter.
Banner, I'm Matt Spivak alongside Oliver Hayes, and today we're going to be talking about the Colorado men's basketball team and some recent news in the transfer portal, or soon to be in the transfer portal, are some of the players as they announced. Forwards Bangot Dak, Sebastian Rankic, and guard Isaiah Johnson all announced they will be entering the transfer portal. Some good news though, as guard Barrington Hardress did announce he will be staying here at Colorado for his senior season. What are your thoughts on that news? What is Isaiah Johnson's departure really mean for the program?
Well, I mean, to get into all the decisions of those four players, that's a whole lot. That's why we only need four segments for that. So get into, bang on Dak, Randy, Barrington, Hargis, what that means for the program down the line. Focusing specifically on Isaiah, what a huge loss for the Bucs. A freshman, the potential that he has for his collegiate career, it's insurmountable. What he showed this season at the Bucs leading score average, nearly 17 points per game, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Could have been better on the defensive end, but was manageable, average to steal a game. He was what the Bucs wanted to keep around and build around going forward into next season and potentially after that. But with a guy like Isaiah, he could have been in the NBA after next year.
Bottom 2 from Scott Carpenter Park. Air Force jumping out to a 4-0 lead, trying to get some solace in the finale of this 3-game series. And now they'll take on the Buffaloes, second time through the order, or second time up to bat. Rishi Nair steps in. Harrison Semyon alongside Nick Evans here.
Happy Easter, Harrison.
Happy Easter, Nick. It's been a long time since we've been in the booth together.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Gooden fires a strike. Yeah, I don't know. When has it even been?
I used to regularly commentate hockey, but I know you weren't really...
I never really did hockey.
Have we ever commentated together?
High chopper, second base. Pitcher's got to cover first, but second baseman can't make the play. So Rishi Nair, weak contact, but an infield single. Good job by him to hustle. Almost a swinging bunt.
That's the best kind of blooper because you hit that ball, you know the contact was bad. You put your head down running, and to see the first baseman not anticipating that throw, you know that it somehow, some way, squeaked through the infield. That was always the best to see.
Kieran, turn the camera so you can... Okay. So now, Buffaloes. Judge Stafford steps in. Foul ball over, not quite the parking lot. I am parked there today.
Oh, really?
I'm taking a risk. I was late.
Well, you can see Kieran's Beamer right there. Is that your?
Yeah, I can see my car. I'm in direct line of sight, so if it hits one.
Both of you guys are in direct line of sight.
I will certainly know.
We'll hear it from down here.
1-1 pitch swung on it, missed. Gooden doing a good job. The Medford, Wisconsin native.
Yeah, this Buffs team really aggressive on the hits today, swinging at a lot of their first pitches.
They've got an experienced arm they're facing, a senior. 1-2 misses outside. So Stafford looking to help the Buffaloes strike back. 4-0 our score. The 2-2. Outside and a little high.
Good.
So full count. Good at bat from Stafford. Nair on first. The payoff from Gooden. Hit well over to the left side. Shortstop's going to turn it at second. Makes the play there, but Stafford is safe at first. So a nice play over by the shortstop. That is Ryan Pollock.
Left fielder number 31.
Had to throw across his body, but able to get the first out. Brings up Rowan Hobson.
Freshman.
Yeah,
new face.
freshman lefty.
Really promising freshman class.
On the bump. Going with another youngster. And you mentioned as nearly a bunt attempt, but then to the backstop, ran up, nearly hit Hobson. Stafford able to get to second. But really quick, you mentioned your Easter egg hunts. You had Easter egg hunts when you were 10?
Yeah, y'all didn't.
I was kind of in the middle. Like I was thinking, Kieran, he stopped at a younger age than I expected.
That was, yeah.
I was like probably 7. We would have my grandparents had a farm.
Yeah.
And we would go there, and they'd hide them all throughout the farm. It was really fun.
Yeah, well, if you know a big family like mine where everyone's different ages, you kind of all get looped together into one big thing. So,
2-0 pitch finds the zone.
So even if you're a family of even if you're like age 9, if you have family that's like age 4 or 3, you gotta do the hunt.
Fair.
But the good news is like if they got money, it was just given to me.
Hit the other way into left, caught. Out there, no advance, so 2 are down.
Because what's like a 3-year-old gonna do with money?
That's you guys got money?
Yeah, we used to get like little $5 bills.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Like some we'd see that every now and then. Like a couple of them would have that. Most of them we'd have some that are just empty, just for fun.
Oh.
Well, I think sometimes we'd
just buy
get
a
it,
ton
and
of
then
things.
like whoever had the most got something.
Oh yeah. Yep. No, yeah, even like trick or treating I did until I was like 13 or so.
2 down for.
Your family still celebrate Easter?
Yeah, I'm not doing much for it today. I know a lot of these players are on the team, so they've got less in the dugout than I definitely usually see. That pitch chopped to second base, and the Buffaloes down quietly again. Gooden continues to roll. We're through 2. It's 4-0 Air Force.
To spending that money elsewhere, whether it is a transfer portal or another, talented freshman in Isaiah Johnson that, they can somehow find that would, work out well for the team. That's all I have. You guys anything else to add to Buff Banner?
I mean, get excited. That's what I would say, because a lot of fans look at this and they see three of the four best players in the portal, and it's easy to get your morale down. But I think with Fernando Lobo coming in the door and the plans that they've announced, and Hargis wanting to stay and knowing that he wants to win this year, I think that goes well for Bucks fans. So that's all I got on.
All right, well, that's this week's Buck Banner. I'm Matt Spivak with Oliver Hayes, and we'll send it back to you guys at the desk.
The men's basketball season came to an end after a 90-86 overtime loss to Oklahoma in the first round of the college basketball Crown Tournament. If you haven't heard of the Crown Tournament, it's the worst part of a vacation. Junior guard Barrington Haggeris led the way with a season-high 31 points. The Buffs also got 2 contributions from our Michael and Felix Casarias as they built an early first-half lead. But Oklahoma whipped it out in the second half with multiple players scoring in double figures and carrying that momentum into overtime. Tad and the Tadpoles turn their attention to the offseason, where they can enjoy watching the Colorado Rockies second.
Time for this week's trivia question. Following the men's basketball team's elimination from the Crown.
And Padala leads off the bottom of the third, or top of the third rather, for Air Force. They're up 4-0 here, trying to take the final game of a 3-game series. Harrison Simeon joined by Nick Evans here watching SCO Buff Sports. Chase Ambule back to work for the Buffaloes, native of Colorado Springs, graduate of Discovery Canyon High School. Fires a strike.
Yeah, when it rains, it pours for this Air Force team. Last night, a lot of their hits were really far apart, stranded a lot of runners. Today, all back-to-back, just keep advancing their runners 90 feet, and they all keep going home.
Driven on the ground, shortstop's got to make a really tough play across his body, and he's safe. Simone's slick fielder nearly had Padala at first, but just able to beat it out.
Jacob Marshall.
Yeah, Ambule, another contact hitter, throwing a lot of fly-out ground-outs, but I guess some of them have been getting through, and that's why we see the 4-0 count.
Yeah,
pitching 4-0 run, excuse me.
Pitching to contact, but Air Force, yeah. Free swinging, brings up Jacob Marshall. A Texas native. There's quite a few Texas natives. Oh, as that pickoff attempt goes wild, Padala is able to move up to second. But yeah, a lot of Texas natives on this Air Force team. Giddings, Texas.
As we have a
Marshall's from
troop of runners from some kind of run club invading the park.
Speaking of the Air Force, the military has joined us here. Yeah, I think I saw that a few weekends ago. Came up for a lacrosse game. Kit Loop, the entirety of Kit Loop, just military, ROTC, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And there are a bunch of different schools too, like Minnesota. I think I saw.
Arizona State.
Yeah, from all over the place.
And I hate Nebraska, but that skull for their ROTC is really cool. Like a military with like the red Nebraska.
Wait, these guys
skull.
aren't military. Why'd you think they were military?
I didn't. You did.
You said some military-looking.
No, I said a run club. I ain't never said no military.
Oh, I must have misheard you. Those guys are just jogging.
Gentrified, yeah.
No military fits.
They're just Boulder people.
Throw back to second, nearly high. Padala with a nice lead off of second. Marshall, still nobody out in the 2-0 count. Ambule looking to limit the damage. Possibly an earlier outing than expected after Zebrak exited, allowing 4 in the last frame.
Yeah, and 2 back-to-back, 4 pitch walks to do it.
Driven deep out to center. Hoffman's racing back. He's got it. Tagging from second. Now it's coming back to it. Is Padala. What an alarm. And a nice glove from Hoffman.
Yeah, what a hose all these outfielders have. They really get that ball back in the infield a lot.
Right fielder number 16, Foster Stockton.
I wouldn't be surprised if they're pitching for that fly out because that ball is getting smoked and then brought right back in the infield really quickly.
So now 1 out. Runner on second. Air Force looking for more. Runner in scoring position. Alex Southworth steps in. Actually, pardon me, that is Stockton. Not listed on the roster in front of me. My mistake. Foster Stockton.
Indiana native.
He did play in yesterday's doubleheader.
Another freshman for this Air Force team.
1-1 pitch. Catches the inside half. Ambule's got some good command. Barring a few pitches and a 1-2 count now. Looking to keep the Buffaloes within arm's reach. Stockton fouls one away.
Yeah, Ambulance Company's got to do their job, limit that damage, hope their offense can get right back into it.
So, thankfully, I do have some protection from a bouncing ball in the form of Hannah's car in that parking lot.
Oh, yeah.
Hannah Howell has joined us in the booth. We'll be able to tell from everything. Runner goes, but it hits Stockton. So, Padala's going to have to head back to second.
So in an L shape, it goes Kieran's car, Hannah's car,
yes.
Harrison's car, all in order. And Hannah's car is like a tank. It is huge.
It probably wouldn't be that affected by a baseball.
It would hurt the baseball.
A big Suburban.
The cork would come off the Suburban. Excuse me. I misgendered Hannah's car.
Sierra Chu Chang now up. Runners on first and second. The middle infielder from Taipei, Colorado.
No, he's from Taiwan.
Why does it say Taipei, Colorado then?
So it doesn't register international nations, so it just defaults to wherever the school is from.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've heard of a Taipei, Taiwan. I don't know if I've heard of a Taipei, Colorado.
He's from Taipei City, Taiwan. The first international player I think I've ever seen in club baseball ever.
Really?
Yep.
And he is going to hit this one. Stopped by Simones. What a diving attempt just to limit that ball from getting into the outfield. Nearly an RBI. Chu Chang reaches. Little slow roller over to the left side.
Really good fielding from this Buffs unit right now. Compared to, as we've seen from games past, where that was a huge question mark.
So now the bases are loaded. 1 out. Nowhere to put anybody. First pitch misses high.
Kane Vincent, another Texas native.
Oh, I had them on the roster. I didn't know there was a second page.
Yep.
Caden Vincent from New Braunfels, Texas. Every day, I think I discover a new city in Texas.
Yeah. Yep.
Braunfels, pardon me.
We have 4 alone from Texas on this roster. So that's 4 out of 9 of the batters today.
2-0 pitch swung on and missed.
And if there's 2 states that Colorado loves, it's California,
And
where all
Texas.
the CU Boulder kids are from, and Texas, where apparently all the Air Force kids are from.
Indeed.
2 favorite states.
So 2-1 pitch. Lesh was keeping a close eye on Padala over at third. Fouled away. Jam shot. Headed towards the street. 2-2. Big pitch upcoming.
Ambuel really fighting this count right now. Started on the 2-0. Got some good contact. Forced that 2-2.
The 2-2. Misses high. So payoff pitch upcoming. Vincent, oh, now a runner coming home. Throwback was the second. The tag is in time. So Padala is gunned down at home. On the screws was the throw from Judd Stafford. And now a time called from the umpire.
Third base coach is going to get a explanation here.
Yeah, kind of missed it. Looked away for half a second. Then the throw was coming back home from second base.
Because there's no force out. And maybe the tag was late? Because the ball was definitely in on time.
Well, it wasn't a tag. It was the ball. And was it the throw from Lesh Errant?
Yeah.
Back towards second. And so...
Yeah, our third base runner jumped the second he saw...
No, I think that's all valid. I mean, it's just the equivalent of him trying to steal home.
Yep.
So
Would
now
that be a
2
steal
outs.
If it was on the throwback from the catcher? Would that be considered a steal if it was on the throwback from the catcher?
Yeah, I would. I would think it'd be considered that. Maybe an error, possibly. Oh, that pitch chopped into shallow left. They're going to send the runner home. Mishandled by the right side of Colorado's infield, left side rather, and a run will score. So pitch was seared, bounced off the glove of Biberoche. And then in shallow left, Finn Simones had a little bit of trouble getting there. Throw was late to home plate. And so, despite the bases loaded tag out at home, Air Force able to benefit off a miscue.
Got to be careful now because you got the top of the run order coming up.
It's 5-0 now. Pitch from Ambuel hits the zone. Nick St. George, native of Kingston, Michigan.
Senior.
Another senior. A lot of seniors and juniors and freshmen as well. 1-1. Fouled off.
Does it ever seem weird to you when you see like 08 on the date of births for these college players?
I feel really old, not going to lie.
Yeah. What? I guess you've already hit that number.
I don't see any 08s here.
What year would you... Oh, yeah. What year would you say that like you're really going to feel it? Because for me, I think it's going to be 2010.
Yes, same.
When I start seeing...
That pitch swung on and missed. Lesh is going to throw to first as the pitch was wild. Now the throws, no one's covering home, and Air Force gets another run. Heads up play by Chu Chang as it was a drop third strike, and everybody ended up safe. Air Force got another run out of it. Chase Ambuel fell asleep, did not cover home. So now it's 6-0. Air Force keeps piling on.
It's another run where it's just situational awareness, not knowing where to throw, where to cover. That's just killing Colorado right now.
Unforced errors right now.
Ooh.
As they had the inning over.
Yep.
But instead a run scores for Air Force. Still runners on first and second. 2 outs and 1 strike. Ambuel gets another.
Yeah, I think 2010 and onward is gonna, for me, feel really weird. Like it's because I never was around for 2008. Like I didn't have any memories of it, but just seeing like 2012, working with someone born in 2012 is ugh.
Ryan Pollock lined into left, and it is caught. Rowan Hobson, what a play. A diving grab to end the inning.
Outfield, the stars of the show right now.
Not before Air Force adds 2 more, but Rowan Hobson robs possibly another as Colorado trails 6-0 as we head to the bottom of the third.
Some true Buff fans here. So thank you all for tuning in. Thank you to our contestants, and see you next time.
The women's golfers are set to begin their last tournament of the regular season before the Big 12 championship. Colorado will travel to Napa, California over the weekend to compete in the Chevron Silverado Showdown. The 3-day tournament starts on Monday and concludes on Wednesday. The Buffs are currently ranked number 48 in the nation and look to move up in the rankings ahead of the Big 12 championship, starting on April 23rd. Don't drink too much wine, ladies.
For fans of the name Wally, the men's golfers finished tied for 8th place at the Wally Goodwin Intercollegiate in Palo Alto, California this past weekend. The Buffs shot 5 strokes over par in Silicon Valley, sitting in a tie with the Utah Utes. The host squad, Stanford Cardinal, took first place with a score of 17 strokes under par. Graduate Jackson Rivera, not to be confused with SBS member Jackie Rivera, was the only Buff to shoot under par. He finished 2 strokes under, good for 19th place. The Buffs will be back in action at the Thunderbird Intercollegiate on April 10th in
The CU Sluggers are set to return to conference action this weekend against Air Force. The club is coming off their first series loss of the 2026 season last weekend against Nebraska, which saw a literal fight on the field. Can we talk about it? The Cornhuskers beat the Corn out of CU in the final game to win the series off of Roman rules. This weekend, the Buffs and Falcons meet with 2 undefeated conference records, making this weekend vital for regional tournament implications. Game 1 is Saturday, with games 2 and 3 on Sunday. Every game will be streamed right here on Scobuff Sports YouTube.
Bottom of inning number 3, Richie Biberosh to face Caleb Gooden, who has been dominant so far. First couple innings. Still very early, but the Buffaloes trail by 6 runs against their Mid-America West counterparts.
And important to note, too, that Air Force has almost gone around their order thrice, I believe. Meanwhile, Colorado has yet to go through their order once.
Yeah, they already are on the 3rd time through the order. St. George and Pollock batting. As that pitch fired in for a strike on Biberosh.
And really low pitching count right now. And by my count, only 18 for Gooden compared to the 35 for the second pitcher for Colorado in Chase Ambule. So really quick outs, really helping that pitcher's arm, and really long at-bats for this Air Force team, really helping their pitcher out today.
Yeah, and they've just put the ball in play, made things happen. Biberosh with a mishandled ground ball over to him at third base. It was a very hard hit, so tough to handle. But then it rolled into shallow left, and a run was able to score off of it. Now he's in a 1-2 count. Misses high. Biberosh is one of 3 in his family's lineage. One of the third.
The third.
A native of Berwyn, Pennsylvania. 2-2. High again. Good battle from the sophomore.
Yeah, the underclassman definitely a shining part of this Colorado roster.
Yeah, Biberosh has been so involved. Doesn't feel like a sophomore. He feels like he's been around forever. Payoff pitch fouled off.
Yeah, nothing else. You take pride in the knowing that this team's not going anywhere. They'll be back next year and the year after. They got a nice little plan ahead of them for when their seniors graduate.
Gabe Zebrak stands on deck. Another freshman. We talked about all the natives after this. Half swing over to short. Slow roller. Throw is in time. Ooh, just barely. Nice play for the first out.
Little routine 6-3. Good for the soul. Nice seeing a little executed in field play.
Ryan Pollock. Hard throw. Able to retire Biberosh. Brings up Zebrak. Left-handed hitter. Started today on the mound, but will play most of this game from the batter's box. First pitch is grounded to second, and quickly to our down once again. Gooden continues to get ground balls.
Yeah, that
and
ball.
The Buffaloes just can't handle it right now.
Ball right now doing a good job staying above that barrel. Or excuse me, below that barrel, trying to get that ball chopped on the ground. Infield doing their job too. It looks easy, but it is not to make those hard throws. I mean, that one right there, that's a given. But
Yeah, Carson Knox noticing the backwards hat and then got a face mask going. It's clear. It's kind of hard to tell. But he's got like a face protector, almost like he's playing catcher over there at first base.
yeah, you got a couple players with face protection. I forget who it is on Air Force, also wearing a little bit of like they saw the cage, the softball cage.
Yeah. Nathan Hoffman up, hit an 0-1 count and swings and misses. So Gooden dominating CU so far. He's looking very comfortable out there on the mound.
And already 2 outs. He's only thrown 7 pitches in this half.
The 0-2. Oh, rather that might have been 1-1. So now it's 1-2.
It's hard because he vocalizes balls too. I'm used to a pitcher staying or umpire staying silent on, on the ball.
Same here.
But ball just throws me off because it sounds like strike.
1-2 pitch. Foul. Look out.
Uh-oh.
Cars.
Uh-oh.
Oh, just
Whoa.
missed Kieran's.
If baseball's a game of inches, then that's as close as it gets. That
Hope you got good insurance.
Yeah, that could have been.
If you come to this ballpark, you gotta. Especially in that parking lot. 1-2. Bouncing ball over to third, and looks like Hoffman will be safe. Shortstop fell down as he was throwing it. So a 2-out infield single. Pollock slipped in shallow left. And that brings up Finn Simones with 2 outs and a runner on first.
Number 15, Finn Simones.
And Harrison Simeon is joining us in the booth today.
yeah.
As a reminder, I am Jake Chow.
He's Jake Chow. You go to the Rockies game yesterday, Harrison?
I did. It was really boring, but it was not because Lincoln was there.
It was a close game, right? It was like
It was 2-1.
2-1, yeah.
Solid effort. Good pitching, at least I can say, from the Rockies.
Yeah, a lot of Phillies fans in this state, so I know a couple that went wearing the red and white.
A lot of Phillies fans, including SBS member Shane Holcomb,
yep.
was in attendance along with his family, who are in town for the Easter holiday.
Shout out Shane Holcomb.
Creator of SBS Basketball Live. 0-2 the count on Simones.
Yeah.
Perhaps the best live show.
That's what I hear. They're calling. I mean, after the performance on Friday from Jake Chow, I mean, I don't know if we're gonna invite him back on here.
Runner goes. Simone's foul ball will land short of the lot.
There's nothing more therapeutic than going to a baseball game. It's something good for the soul.
And the weather's so nice right now.
Oh yeah.
It's been gorgeous this weekend in Boulder. Had a nice time at the lacrosse game yesterday morning as well. Wasn't quite expecting to call that game, but ended up being a great experience with Kieran. That pitch up the middle, deflects off the pitcher, and deflects off the shortstop into center. Hoffman will get to third. A pinball machine hit for Finn Simones. Runners on the corners.
Comebackers are always scary. That one, thankfully, was down in the dirt, but I don't know how pitchers aren't more afraid of it. That ball could be screaming at you. He got lucky there. That was just a little off the little meaty part of his leg.
So opportunity for the Buffs to get some runs back. Still trailing 6-0 here with 2 outs in the third. But Charlie Lesh looks to change that. Has battled through some injuries this weekend. Swings at the first pitch, hits it to center. Center fielder charging on and makes the catch. Nearly died in front of him, but the side is retired. Caleb Gooden keeping the Buffs scoreless right now. 6-0. Let's head to the fourth.
Will be staying here at Colorado for his senior season. What are your thoughts on that news, and what does Isaiah Johnson's departure really mean for this program?
Well, I mean, to get into all the decisions of those 4 players, that's a whole lot. That's why we have a whole segment for that. So we get into, Bangor, Dak, Ranchick, Barrington, Hargis, what that means for the program down the line. But focusing specifically on Isaiah, what a huge loss for the Buffs. A freshman, a young dude, the potential that he has for his collegiate career, it's insurmountable. What he showed this season as a Buffs leading scorer, averaging nearly 17 points per game, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Could have been better on the defensive end, but was manageable, averaged a steal a game. He was what the Buffs wanted to keep around and build around going forward. into next season and potentially after that. But with a guy like Isaiah, he could have been in the NBA after next season. So, don't know how much in the future he would have stuck around, but obviously a huge hit for the Buffaloes. You have to wonder about why he would enter the transfer portal because of what he would have here in Colorado. It's hard to imagine he would find a better role than 30 minutes per game, having the ball in his hands at the end of games. But with the reported numbers around spending and things, even though the Buffs reportedly offered a competitive offer to Isaiah Johnson, he had to take his talents elsewhere.
Yeah, like you mentioned, for a guy that showed so much potential, it really is a hit to the team morale, and it's going to be hard for some of the players to rally around not having him next year. Obviously, we're expecting for him to be maybe the face of this program for the next season, maybe 2 incoming, depending, as you said, his draft status. But
4th inning from Scott Carpenter Park, home of Boulder High School,
Fielder number 11, Cole Weir.
and we saw Fairview High School in attendance for a game between them, the Boulder High and I'm forgetting the other team, Ralston Valley.
Ralston Valley.
That was electric. Score had his dogs out, calling the game.
Oh yeah,
barefoot, and was like
on the chair, on his knees.
Yeah, on his knees on the chair. It was one of the strangest scored games I've ever seen.
I forget how fun high school baseball is.
Ralston Valley winning in extra innings. Yeah, that was a fun one.
Yeah.
That did cause yesterday's doubleheader to be delayed. 0-2 pitch, fouled away.
You know where Benton, Louisiana is, Harrison?
Good. I'm, as the resident Sco Buffs Louisiana native, I don't think I do.
You'll have to.
That might be in the kind of bayou area. That ball driven out to right. Back at the warning track and caught. So Cole Weir nearly goes yard, but just barely. Buffaloes avoid going down 7-0. Went out.
Number 31,
And that may have been an out, but that's got to feel good to get a nice swing in the bat, knowing that he was only a degree or maybe a little bit of pressure off of getting a home run. Next time he's at bat, he's going to feel really good that he got that nice swing in the bat.
See, I'm surprised he admitted he's from Benton. You could have just said Shreveport. Shreveport is about as far from where I live in Louisiana as physically possible.
Opposite side. Oh.
Benton apparently has an arena football team.
There you go.
I missed the New Orleans Voodoo as that pitch grounded to short, and Simone's misplays it. Rolls into left center, but an error allows a runner for Air Force. I believe that's Carson Knox.
Yep.
And that brings up Keith Padala.
Yeah, it's hard for me too. I'm from the opposite side of Massachusetts where all the big towns are. So
Okay, that's a little different.
people ask me.
Your state is like half an hour.
It's still, there's a lot of towns. It's very close together compared to you guys. I know you guys have a lot of like random towns in the middle of nowhere, but like people like expect me to know every borough and neighborhood in Boston, and even like Springfield. Like I struggle. Like I only know so much.
Ooh, runs in and hits Padala. Ambule, second hit by pitch today. And now runners on first and second with one out. But yeah, going back to Benton, Louisiana, I'm surprised they have an arena football team. Population of only 2,000.
That's actually the same as my hometown.
As of 2020, named for Senator Thomas Hart Benton, a Democrat from Missouri and ally of Andrew Jackson.
Speaking of Benton Daniels and Milena Daniels welcomed in Blaine
Former
Daniels.
executive producer of Scuba Sports. Shout out Milena.
Welcomed in a baby boy.
What was the boy's name again?
Blaine Daniels.
Blaine.
Yep.
Nice.
So congrats to the Benton and Milena family.
Yeah, it doesn't appear we had Balin's dad umpiring yesterday's doubleheader. Probably figured out he won't be here for him.
He took off for game 2.
Not sure why Balin isn't here today. Maybe they're celebrating Easter together. Maybe they're Oh, he might be doing the Rockies game as well.
Maybe together. A little Easter outing.
Yeah. To the ballpark.
What better way to spend your
2-1 pitch, fouled away. Marshall. Jacob
Again.
Marshall stands in.
Again, just working that count. I mean, the Ambule's having a heck of a time right now trying to get these batters out. Or they keep getting on base. But when they do, it's never early in the count. It's always at least a 2 pitch in, and that's just working his pitch count.
Sunday matinee NCBA game.
You gonna miss
2-2
this, Harrison?
pitch.
Missing all this.
You know I will miss all this. That's a... You don't have to ask that question.
Gonna be back in Louisiana working for CBS or the Saints and be like, man, I wish I was at Scott Carpenter Park.
I think so. I mean, if one day, maybe, who knows, end up at Sports Center, as it looks like before that, Ambule dealing with possibly an injury or
his
some
favorite
sort?
is wrist.
Yeah, they got a towel out there for him, maybe bleeding.
That's his throwing arm, too.
It can be tough, maybe like a fingernail or something, like you grip that ball so hard. Yeah, it looks like he'll remain in the game.
Rip some
Kicks
dirt
up
on
some
it.
dirt, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it's his finger. I have binoculars, so it looks like it's his ring finger. I don't see any blood, although I do see a really dirty finger, so I think
maybe it's covered up.
I think he was bleeding and then just
scuffed it.
Yeah, put it well into the dirt.
So he'll remain in the game. We'll see how it affects him in a 3-2 count. Runners on first and second. Air Force up by 6. Jacob Marshall waits for the payoff pitch. Runners go, or just the run from second as that pitch hit into shallow right. Fielders converging, and they make the catch. Right fielder hat flies off, but now runners having to retreat. Only the runner from second went. Maybe a little miscommunication.
I'll just say, I would expect a double steal there. I mean,
Why
you have
not double
third-
steal?
If you have third, you definitely have second. Second's the harder throw to make. He's probably going to try and throw third. And if you got the faster guy on second trying to steal third, I mean, it's a given.
So,
But, as
go
you
ahead.
said, miscommunication maybe.
Yeah, 2 outs now. Stockton back to the plate. Foster. Stockton from Culver, Indiana. You think that's where the Culvers started?
Oh, that's a good question.
Oh, Culver's is Wisconsin. That makes
famously-
sense.
Very famously
Cheese curds.
from Wisconsin.
But the Culver, Wisconsin native hits this one into center. Fielder coming home, and they got him again. Nathan Hoffman.
What an arm.
Just on full display today to keep this game at 6-0. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th here at Scott Carpenter Park.
Saturday, women's lacrosse opened Big 12 play with a big fat W against the San Diego State Aztecs. The Buffs pulled away early in the second period and never took their foot off the gas, winning 16-5. Maybe SDSU should stick to boxing movies as their alma mater of Carl Weathers, aka Apollo Creed. Both Lily Assini and Maddie Shoup achieved major career milestones, surpassing the century mark in career goals. Trip Malden has more.
What is up, Buff fans? Trip Malden here with Skull Buff Sports. I'm here at Prentup Field where your Colorado Buffaloes just defeated the SDSU Aztecs 16-5 in their Big 12 home opener. All right, with this win, the Buffaloes now go 5-0 on home turf, remaining undefeated. This was a huge game for the Buffaloes to start out their Big 12 opener in such a dominant fashion. Okay, dominating that entire second half of the game. And it was also a big game for 2 players in particular, Lily Assini and Maddie Shoup, both of which scored their 100th career points this game. So, a huge game for the Buffaloes and a huge win to send them off on their way on their now away streak.
This is the second week in a row that C-U has had 2 big players. Big 12 Player of the Week awards, that is. Senior defender Jess Peluso secured Draw Specialist of the Week, and senior midfielder Lily Assani earned Midfielder of the Week for the Buffs. Also of note, Elena Oh, was not selected.
Bottom of the fourth, Buffaloes trail 6-0. Rishi Nair up first.
First baseman number 9, Rishi
Caleb Gooden
Nair.
unable to be phased right now. Buffaloes got runners on the corners last inning, but a first pitch swing from Charlie Lesh found the glove of the center fielder. So Buffaloes remain scoreless as we enter the middle stages of this game. A 9-inning game, so still plenty of time. But Nair's got to do something to get it started, and he does just that. That's down the left field line. He'll coast into second. He's going for third. They're not able to handle it in left. Throw to third is not in time. A leadoff triple for Rishi Nair.
It stinks we can't see what happened. That ball just sat in the field.
Yeah, from our angle, tough to tell. Just kicked around out there in the left field corner.
It's hard because you got the dirt. So for all the player can see, the ball just hits the dirt, and you don't know where it went to. It could have rolled. It could have stayed. So he's running towards that dirt, and he probably lost track of it.
First pitch swinging from Judd Stafford. Watch out, Kieran's car. Oh, and a running car nearly hit it.
Had their arm out the car and kind of put it back in as they saw that ball.
So 0-1 on Stafford. Swings and fouled again. Was able to get a piece of it.
And we got plenty of baseball, but if you can't drive in Rishi Nair, that's not a good sign for how this rest of this game is going to go. You had that blessing.
Yeah, this is the opportunity.
But if you strand him, that just cannot happen for this Buffs team.
0-2 pitch. Hit well out to left center. It is caught. Ooh. Wow, what a play. And Nair wasn't ready to tag up. Excellent outfielding from, I believe that's
left fielder
number 5.
Rowan Hobson.
I can't confirm who that is because Stanley Plecha, who's listed on the roster, is only an infielder and hasn't batted today. But Rowan Hobson now up, 1 out. Runner still on third as some great fielding from the left fielder today. It was Hobson who had a diving catch that looked very similar to that earlier in this game. And swings and hits this one back to the pitcher. Nair is caught in dead to rights. He's out at home. Hobson will make it to second because no one's covering it. But Nair, some indecision, and it cost the Buffs a possible run.
Yeah, it's
right fielder number 22, Elon Schwartz.
But it's not everything. You still have a person on second, so. But that sacrifice is taken away. That's going to complicate things a little bit.
Yeah, just a little dribbler in front of the mound. Tough to really gauge it for Nair.
He's really got his rear sticking out on that batter stance.
Elon Schwartz hits this one foul. Oh, it hit my car. On the bounce.
Oh. Have to get
a line drive.
Yep.
Direct hit. Of course, the one day I'm parked out there. Schwartz. Chopper will go foul by third base. Hobson, a fast runner over there at second, so a single will likely give the Buffs a run. Schwartz will discard his protective shin brace. And an 0-2 count. Maybe he just had some trouble running down to the first base with it.
Really clean setup here. Not much style going on. I appreciate a nice little.
I don't like the uniform matchup today.
It's
why
white on white.
Why are we doing white on white?
Especially for the cameras. I wouldn't doubt if you just, especially because it's colored hat versus colored hat.
0-2 fouled away.
Like, I would not blame any viewer if they just couldn't understand what was going on sometimes.
Yeah, at least the hat has the color difference. Air Force with the blue hats. Buffs going Stormtrooper today.
Got a nice pinstripe though on the jersey.
Yeah, I like these Buffs jerseys. Don't get me wrong, but
yeah.
With Air Force, they have their nice blue jerseys, and I'm sure they have grays somewhere.
They have
lying
nice
around.
Dodger blue. But the pants are the same from yesterday because they're all still dirty. The jerseys are the same. Why couldn't they just keep the blue jerseys?
Not sure. 1-2 from Gooden. In the dirt to the backstop, and Hobson moves up 90 feet.
I will say, because I play MLB The Show, my uniforms were the exact carbon copy of these ones. These pinstripe with the yellow font.
It looks good.
They look
that,
really nice.
That kind of gold, kind of the old school Colorado gold.
I like it.
2-2, 2 outs. Schwartz swings and strikes out. Caught off balance. Gooden, despite the leadoff triple, able to keep the Buffs scoreless. Some indecision on the base paths, but some great fielding from Air Force. Keeps them ahead 6-0.
That was something a lot of the scouts were impressed with. I was kind of hearing murmurs about that from a lot of the guys. So that's something that he could be looked at for. And then at the quarterback position, one of the very few scouts that was standing out watching his throwing drills very intently was the Hamilton Tiger Cats scout from the CFL. He certainly fits the mold of a CFL quarterback, someone who's mobile, someone who can't, it's a bigger field. It's a lot faster paced. So he is a guy who fits that mold. And I think that he could potentially make the move there if they can get him adapted to that type of game, and he showed it with his athleticism today. So lots of guys who really put on a show today, and it's a lot of volume for the Buffs here. They're known for every year having at least one undrafted free agent who sticks, makes a roster. So it'll be interesting to see if there is one of those guys from this team, or if a guy can somehow sneak into the draft, maybe a late round pick. So that is going to be all here from CU's Pro Day. For ScoBuff Sports, I am Liam Howard alongside Xavier McNevitz. You heard it here first.
Thanks, Xavier and Liam. It's good to see those NFL hopefuls in action. Sorry, Steve.
Last Friday and Saturday, Colorado's track team went up to Fort Collins for, you guessed it, a track meet. Danny Tragars finished the men's 400-meter hurdle in just over 50 seconds, ranking 4th in CU history. In the distance event, Linda Weigang won the women's 5,000-meter run in nearly 17 and a half minutes, with fellow Buffs Bianna Winchell and Georgia Bell finishing in 2nd and 3rd respectively. C. Dashu also won the men's 4x4 100-meter relay with Tegan Malcolm, Luke Drive, Jordan Ball, and Nick Gehring finishing with a time of 3 minutes 16 seconds. This Saturday, the team will hit Pottsfield for a classic honoring Jerry Queeler, who I'm telling my...
I'm Jake Chow, joined in the booth by Jake Chow as the Buffaloes resume action with a new pitcher, Salvador Timpani, take on Seer Chuchang. He scored a run his last time up, the native of Taiwan. Takes first pitch for a ball. How you doing, Jake?
Doing good, seeing Jake squared, as you mentioned.
Yeah, Jake squared here.
Yeah, you never hate to see double.
Buffaloes trail 6-0 in the top of the 5th. Swing and a miss. Timpani, a nice arm from the pen the Buffaloes have had this spring. Has had some bad luck. Not the best stat line this spring, but he's had good command, able to generate some punch outs. Though now in a 3-1 count.
Yeah, I mean you gotta rely on some arms in the 3rd game of a series after you play 2 the other day.
So Chu Chang will reach on a quick walk, just yanking that pitch to the outside. Brings up Vincent. Vincent, as we mentioned, New Braunfels, Texas native, a freshman. Graduate of Canyon High School. Runner goes, first pitch. Throw down from Lesh is not in time. Almost came off the bag, but it was a little bit off target to Stafford. So quickly, Air Force with another runner in scoring position. Feels like they've had countless opportunities, and they've made do for 6 runs. Meanwhile, the Buffaloes still trying to wake up on Easter Sunday. Maybe had too much chocolate this morning?
Something like that, yeah. Yeah, enough, I'd say.
Do you think there's anybody on either team that still believes in the Easter Bunny?
You know, I would believe that Nick St. George.
Ooh.
That's such like
It's on
a
deck right now. Don't say that too loud.
I believe that he still believes in the Easter Bunny. That would be my guess for Air Force.
You know, Jake, I still believe.
You still believe?
You know the movie, was it Hop?
Oh, Hoppers?
No, not the new one.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Hop. With
No,
the Easter movie with the guy from Marsden from How to Train Your Dragon that voiced it. Oh, it plunks him. Meanwhile, Caden Vincent will head to first.
That brings the Easter Bunny
the
believer.
Easter Bunny believer.
Yeah.
Maybe he is the Easter Bunny.
Maybe. You know, I haven't seen him and the Easter Bunny in the same room.
That's true.
So. It's okay. We all have the things that we want to believe in.
See, think about this. Santa Claus, St. Nicholas.
That's what I was saying.
Easter Bunny, St. George.
Yeah, yeah. Well, he's got the old St. George Nick, Nick St. George. So that's what it gives that Christian symbolism.
Yeah.
We should get Christian expert Shane Holcomb.
Oh.
In here. I'm sure he would be able to tell us.
Or Liam Howard.
Oh yeah, and Liam Howard. I wonder what Liam Howard is doing this fine Easter Sunday.
I don't know. Probably celebrating.
I'm sure he is.
As runners on first and second, 2-0. Timpani struggling a little bit out of the pen today. The Easter Bunny takes strike one.
Yeah,
I think this is a new nickname for him.
Yeah.
I feel like his teammates should
The
be
Bunny?
watching this.
The Bunny?
The Bunny?
Yeah.
Easter? Big East?
Yeah, Big East.
Speaking of the Big East, UConn advancing to the national championship yesterday.
Too bad the woman couldn't do the same fate.
Do the same. That was a tough game to watch, especially if you were a fan of Gino Ariema.
Oh yeah, he apologized to the other day.
It was kind of a vague apology, though. He didn't mention Dawn Staley by name. He just said the staff. I feel like he still got a little grumpiness mixed in there.
Yeah, I mean, you hate to see it, especially between those two legendary coaches.
Yeah,
Dawn Staley and
don't
Gino.
want any hostility. Two legends at their craft. As the 3-2 misses up and in, St. George will head to first. Bases loaded and quickly a mound visit. Looks like there was a change at the backstop position for the Buffaloes. Cole Wayne will take over, and Preston T will give Timpani a little talking to, just with nobody out, bases loaded now. Pollock maybe practicing a little bunt there, a little indication while the pitcher's not looking.
Yeah, no outs here.
Do you think he bunts? He just kind of like practiced a little.
Bunting is harder than you think.
Shortstop.
You really got to square it up, and
You're a big bunt guy.
I was more of a pitcher. I didn't.
Did you like when people bunted against you?
Yeah, oh yeah, because all you have to do is float it in. You're creating weak contact. Make a play for the catcher. That's what you want to do when they're showing bunt. Is float it in.
Pollock swings and hits this one into shallow left, and it'll get down. Simones couldn't get there. Tu Chang scores 7-0. A little floater. As you mentioned, the float.
Center fielder,
Not the
11,
hardest
Cole Weir.
contact, but it does the job. Bases just go station to station. And now it's Cole Weir.
Yeah. When you're on the mound with bases loaded, you're just trying to create contact as a pitcher. You're not looking for any kind of power or to fool necessarily the batter. Although that one seems to.
Fool the catcher a little bit.
Swing. You want those ground balls. You want to create double plays, and we love weak contact if you're the defense.
So still bases loaded, hoping to possibly get a ground ball, get the force at home at very least. Any more runs from scoring, because Air Force right now looking dominant. Swung on and missed. Nice pitch from Timpani.
Yeah, and as expected, you see the corner infielders play in a little bit. They want to come home on the bases loaded, especially with no outs. Get the force, and then you see the second baseman run to first. You know, the typical bases loaded type defensive position.
0-2, Klang's on the pole. So Weir stays alive. The junior, as we mentioned, Louisiana native.
Shout out Benton.
Shout out Benton. Shout out Shreveport.
Yeah.
Almost worked there.
Is that right?
0-2 inside.
What even is in Shreveport, Harrison?
I like to say nothing but a Wendy's parking lot.
Yeah, it sounds like the South.
Wendy's is probably in Benton, but just the parking
The
lot.
parking lots in Shreveport?
Yeah, I was looking at some newspaper jobs up there.
Okay.
Not the most eventful place. They do have a bowl game there.
That's right. What bowl is it?
Popped up. Stafford calling off and makes the catch for the first out. The Shreveport is the host of the Independence Bowl, sponsored by Radiance Technologies.
That's why it sounds so familiar.
Yeah, Louisiana Tech getting the win over Coastal Carolina in the last one. But yeah, hopefully Colorado can be there one day.
Or a bowl game, for that matter.
I think that's the greatest honor you can have in college sports. It's
The
the college football playoff. Oh, is that ball down the right field line? Will it stay fair? No, it will not. Floats out of play. Carson Knox still with the bases loaded and one out. But yeah, it's the college football playoff first, and then just a little bit down, Independence Bowl.
Yeah, it's a 1A, 1B type situation, I'd say.
Yeah.
And still up for debate which one is 1A as well.
True. Some would say Shreveport.
I would say Shreveport, actually.
Best
Shout out
hit-
Independence Bowl.
Yeah, shout out Independence Bowl. Shout out Shreveport again.
You know, if you're Coach Prime, you're sitting down with your locker room and saying, what are we playing for?
Shreveport.
The Independence Bowl in Shreveport, Louisiana.
High chopper. Timpani will throw home. He gets the out there. They won't worry about anything else.
You know, that umpire gave a long look at home. I wasn't sure if he was on home plate.
Yeah, Wayne, not the soundest footwork, but
I think he was close enough.
I was more looking at the ball, and maybe the umpire was as well, and actually now talking to Wayne.
I wonder if because the umpire kind of considered it, but it was the runner kind of gave himself up. He knew he was out. And I wonder if the umpire there was saying, "Hey, double check you're on the plate next time."
Well, the Buffs down 7-0. We'll take any help they can get. 2 outs. First pitch swinging. Back is Hoffman, and he makes a nice grab. So, despite loading the bases with nobody out, Buffaloes get out of the jam. Timpani keeps this game 7-0 as we head to the bottom of the 5th.
Portal are some of the players as they announced. Forwards Bangat Dak, Sebastian Ranchich, and guard Isaiah Johnson all announced they will be entering the transfer portal. Some good news though, as guard Barrington Hargress did announce he will be staying here at Colorado for his senior season. What are your thoughts on that news, and what does Isaiah Johnson's departure really mean for this program?
Well, I mean, to get into all the decisions of those 4 players, that's a whole lot. That's why we have a whole segment for that. So we get into, Bangat Dak, Ranchik, Barrington Hargress, what that means for the program down the line. But focusing specifically on Isaiah, what a huge loss for the Buffs. A freshman, a young dude, the potential that he has for his collegiate career, it's insurmountable. What he showed this season as the Buffs leading scorer, averaging nearly 17 points per game, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Could have been better on the defensive end, but was manageable, averaged a steal a game. He was what the Buffs wanted to keep around and build around going forward into next season and potentially after that. But with a guy like Isaiah, he could have been in the NBA after next season. So, don't know how much in the future he would have stuck around, but obviously a huge hit for the Buffaloes. You have to wonder about why he would enter the transfer portal because of what he would have here in Colorado. It's hard to imagine he would find a better role than 30 minutes per game, having the ball in his hands at the end of games. But with the reported numbers around spending and things, even though the Buffs reportedly offered a competitive offer to Isaiah Johnson, he had to take his talents elsewhere.
Yeah, like you mentioned, for a guy that showed so much potential, it really is a hit to the team morale, and it's going to be hard for some of the players to rally around not having him next year. Obviously, we're expecting for him to be maybe the face of this program for the next season, maybe 2 incoming, depending, as you said, his draft status. But unfortunately, that won't be the case here at Colorado, and there's going to be some guys who were here that are going to have to step up, and some guys that maybe Colorado, Tad Boyle and his staff are going to look out to go get either in the transfer portal or new freshmen. But now
third baseman
hopping into the bottom of the 5th here on Skill Bus Sports. Buffaloes trail 7-zip. And we're talking about the movie Hop right now.
Yeah, I was trying to convince Harrison to put it on up here in the booth.
I don't know if Kieran's laptop has enough battery to really
run Hop and look at the
baseball
roster.
Game. Yeah. But yeah, really good, terrible movie. Like one of those so bad it's good. You got to kind of watch around Easter time. Richie Bibrosh up for the Buffs, but
as a consolation, we should watch the trailer.
Yes, it's kind of, so think of the Sonic movie.
Okay, the first one or the
no, like I guess the first one. It's also James Marsden.
Oh, right.
Plays the live action character, but it's one of those, not fully animated, not fully live action films that Illumination just decided to make because there's plenty of Christmas movies, not very many Easter.
Yeah,
kind of disrespected holiday.
Yeah, they love. Wait, his birth, not when he reborn, not when he's reborn.
The bunny?
No, Jesus.
Oh. No, well. Garage draws a walk. Now it'll be
designated hitter number 18,
Gabe Zebrak up for the Buffs.
Yeah, coming back to life or second time isn't so cool, I guess, I think in the film industry.
Today, when they say he is risen, they're talking about the Easter Bunny.
Oh, sorry, Nick St. George.
Contrary to popular belief, Nick St. George rose from the dead today.
2,000 years ago?
Was in a cave, buried him.
Yeah.
Removed that stone.
And he wasn't there.
The Roman guard fell down.
Because he wasn't there.
Zebrak to the backstop. Max McGinnis, pinch running here. We'll move up to second.
Yeah, you'd like to see him stay in there. In that batter's box. Let the ball hit him. And this too is up
Still able
to bat.
Move his friend up 90 feet. 1-0 from Gooden as he continues.
Yeah, but you could have a runner on first.
Yeah.
And second.
True. Very true.
But
2-0 count. Hitters count. Possibly looking for some more than that.
Maybe it's a little too greedy on Easter.
Yeah, you gotta, when you think of Easter, you eat a lot of candy, but it's kind of about giving and like the
giving
usual
back
holidays values, Hop is a coming of age story about how he wants to be a drummer rather than the Easter Bunny. So this is the documentary on Nick St. George.
Feigning an injury, he tricks Fred into giving him shelter, but an oversized chick.
That's rude.
I think that's what it says. But an oversized chick is planning a coup back on Easter Island.
Well,
and I don't think
the chick is the villain. So
I think they're referring to a chicken.
So a walk for
a coup d'état. He's planning a coup d'état. Yeah.
Maybe they make that pun in the movie. It has been a while since I've watched it, but I have watched it kind of in a healthy amount of times.
Well, instead of women's basketball national championship watch party, Harrison, we should watch Hop.
I'd rather that than USC South Carolina.
UCLA. Shout out.
You. God damn it.
I don't know if you're allowed to say that.
I've said worse. UCLA, South Carolina. I know I kept saying USC. I guess it technically is South Carolina, but
yeah, USC and UCLA.
Not Southern Cal. But yes, James Marsden and Russell Brand star.
Wow.
Star in recently canceled Russell Brand. I don't know if we can talk too much about him.
What do you do? I don't know.
I got some allegations.
Oh.
I think was also a speaker at CPAC this year.
Is that right? Russell Brand, the Easter Bunny.
plays. I think
He plays the Easter Bunny. Yeah.
Maybe the dad. I'm not.
The Easter Bunny. Yeah, the dad, the Easter Bunny, because he's about to retire as the Easter Bunny. Russell Brand.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what's a good movie with Russell Brand is Bedtime Stories with Adam Sandler.
Bedtime Stories.
Meanwhile, Nathan Hoffman goes down looking. Buffaloes once again with some good base traffic early in this inning, but 1 out. Gooden still keeping him scoreless now. Finn Simones. You ever seen Bedtime Stories?
No, but I don't know if I want to hear a bedtime story from Russell Brand.
No, it's from Adam Sandler.
Oh, okay, good.
He's
Russell
the main
Brand is
guy.
okay. Yeah.
He's
I mean,
just like
you know,
the
if it's
side
Adam
character.
Sandler.
Oh, that one deflected off the mask of the catcher. Now McGinnis thought about going home, but Vincent able to find it in time. Nearly a little disastrous for Air Force. Might have deflected off the umpire as well.
If it hit the umpire, it should be a dead ball.
So Coach Colin Reynolds coming to talk to the umpire, trying to figure out how to play this. Looks like they're going to scoot the Buffs back towards their dugout in case the ball might have rolled over there. Didn't want any interference. So runners on second and third now. 1 out, Finn Simones. So yeah, Adam Sandler plays Skeeter Bronson, another Rotten Tomatoes, not very favorable rating. But my dad showed me this movie, pretty nice. I guess for a 8 or 9 year old me, I enjoyed it.
Wow, 8 or 9 when it came out.
Well, when I watched it, I was
okay.
5 when it came out.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're really getting up there in age, Harrison.
Don't do this.
How many weeks until graduation? How many days until graduation?
That's a good question. Probably like 28.
Wow.
Smoked up the middle. Finn Simones gets the Buffs on the board. 1 run scores. Here comes Zebrak. Finn Simones. It's 7-2.
Gets the Buffaloes on the board. They've been searching for that one all game. Yeah. Shout out Kieran Warder. Praying to the gods down there.
Yeah, he's been on the camera for quite a while. We'll get someone to swap out for him, whoever it may be. We'll see. Maybe I'll come hop in and help him. I keep saying hop.
Yeah. Shout out Easter Bunny.
Shout out Nick St. George. Shout out James Marsden. Shout out Russell Brand.
I don't know if we should shout out Russell Brand.
Maybe not shout out Russell Brand.
Yeah.
I'll pass on that. But
you'll resend that.
Yeah, rescind shout out. Shout in.
You gonna shout in Russell Brand?
Yeah. Okay, that sounds weird.
What would you say?
Foul ball. Simone's went for second. Whisper?
Whisper
in? No, that's I just.
What would you whisper in Russell Brand, Harrison?
I just keep making it worse. 0-2 count on
shout
for the Buffs. Runner on first. This is high. Cole Wayne up. First at bat today.
Whisper in.
I'm not gonna whisper in anything right now.
Okay.
So
probably for the better.
Yeah. Especially it's Russell Brand.
Yeah.
But yeah. Bedtime Stories, not a bad movie. But probably wouldn't be able to watch it the same today than I did when I was a youngster.
Yeah.
When I was your age, back in 2005.
Yeah, wow. I was -2 in 2005.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're very young.
Yeah, something like that.
I feel so old as a senior freshman in college. And it's weird. It's very weird. Runner goes. Swung on a miss. Throw down is not in time. Just squirming around the tag is Simones. Nearly a double play.
Yeah, the throw got there in time. Well, it looked like Simones, did a little swim move around it.
Yeah, around
umpire called him safe.
So brings up Rishi Nair. 2 outs. Wayne strikes out swinging. Nair reached on an infield single.
And a triple in the last inning.
So he's had a good day. Should I say halfway to the cycle? He's already got the hardest part of it. It's that one. Seared foul.
I hit that side of that truck.
Yeah, whoever's Big old truck that is in the parking lot.
Definitely a
Not gonna look
GMC.
great. Yeah, GMC or maybe a Dodge Ram or whatever, one of those.
Yeah, not a Ford.
Nah. 0-1. Swung on again.
Oh, a Chevy. Chevy Silverado.
Thank you to Nick, our resident binoculars expert. 0-2 is the count. Nair looking to continue his great day at the plate. Had the triple the other way his last time up. Chops it foul.
Yeah, he's all over the ball right now.
Swinging at all 3 pitches so far.
He made contact on all of them, too. I think he really wants that cycle.
Yeah.
In a 9-inning game, it's...
Maybe think about the homer a little bit.
I'd look for the dough. Although the homer, you got to have the right conditions.
7-2 game. Maybe he's thinking. Maybe just keep the... We tried to call time, actually. Pitcher was looking backwards. Umpire did not award him the time, but still gets a foul ball.
Yeah, staying alive here. Long at bat here. You'd like to see him take some balls here, Rishi Nair, that is. Really work this count.
Yeah. 4 straight swings. Do we see a 5th? We do, and it's another foul ball. Staying alive. Are you a fan of the Bee Gees, Jake?
I am. I would say so. I would say so.
Yeah. Good band.
Well, I can't say that I know too many songs. Just staying alive.
I kind of know the hits.
Yeah.
Saturday Night Fever.
Yeah.
0-2, swung on through the middle. That's a single. Simones is coming home. Gooden had to bend backwards out of the way of it. But an RBI for Rishi Nair. Now they're getting to Gooden. 3rd time through the order with some success for Colorado.
11, Judge Stafford.
Yeah, we talk a lot about that stamina, especially in a series and 3 games in 2 days. Kind of take your foot off the gas a little bit in this 3rd game because you know there's no tomorrow.
Right.
You can kind of, knowing that there's not a 4th game in the series, really stretch them out and kind of run through the reserves quicker. So I'm surprised on the 3rd run through, the Falcons haven't. I mean, there is a pitcher warming up, but
A very tall pitcher, it looks like, and he just threw
the worst ball I've ever seen.
A really rough pitch. A good thing he's warming up rather than in the game, as it deflected off the catcher's mitt and into the netting.
Ryan Macer warming up in the pin for the Falcons, it looks like, number 19. A sophomore from Holly Springs, North Carolina. 6'5", you mentioned. So yeah, that
very
height.
tall player. Looks to be the tallest in the roster we've seen. That's a strike on the 2-0 to Judd Stafford. But yeah, it looks like he is the tallest player, at least on Air Force. And
whoa, did I just see a 6'7"
swung on and missed Stafford, and yes, you did see that correctly, but
wow.
That is the incorrect height.
He's not 6 foot 72 inches?
I think that just might mean he's 6 foot. Because
72 inches is 6 foot. Okay, yeah. Wow. 72 inches, 6 foot, and another 72 inches on top of it.
2-2, fouled away.
Surprising. Oh, no. I thought that was going to ride towards that Lexus there.
It's in like the handicap
spot,
it looks like.
Is that Hannah Howells? Oh, no.
Yeah. All of our cars are right there, though. Did you drive here?
Yeah, I parked out there, though.
Okay.
Yeah. Why would I park? I did one time. I was telling Quinn yesterday. I think I had 3 heart attacks. Or almost had 3 heart attacks. The only time I parked over there in the fall.
Yeah, this is the only time I parked here all season.
And you got hit?
It got hit.
Yeah, and that's exactly why I still have a beating heart.
Runner goes. Stafford lines this one into left center. Nair's going to go for third.
Oh, he might come home.
Fielder falls down. They're going to send him home. And he will score a double big time. For the Buffaloes, Judd Stafford comes through. It's 7-4.
Yeah, and Rishi Nair, what a jump there on the steal as well. Kind of got some help by the left fielder falling down, but if he didn't get that good jump on the steal, he might not have been home.
So that might do it for Caleb
Looks
Gooden.
like it will.
We're definitely discussing.
Here comes Macer as well. So
yes, so Macer looks to be entering. Actually, may
I know
just
he's coming
be
into the dugout.
ready and waiting.
Yeah, he's warm.
But Duden will continue for now. Air Force still up by 3. Big spot for Rowan Hobson, the left fielder today.
And a bit of a 2-out rally mounting for the Buffaloes here.
The last one on a payoff pitch. That one hit to the left side. Nice play by the first baseman, and he is out. Wow. Looks like the Buffs will have an objection to it. That was an extremely close play. Hobson with good speed. Air Force's entire team is already in the dugout, though. So that looks to be the end of the inning. Buffaloes get 4. Could have had more. But what a play by Air Force's defense. And we'll head to the 6th here at Scott Carpenter Park.
Those guys from this team, or if a guy can somehow sneak into the draft, maybe a late round pick. So that is going to be all here from CU's Pro Day. For Sco Buff Sports, I am Liam Howard alongside Xavier McNevitz. You heard it here first.
Thanks, Xavier and Liam. It's good to see those NFL hopefuls in action. Sorry, Steve.
Last Friday and Saturday, Colorado's track team went up to Fort Collins for, you guessed it, a track meet. Danny Tragars finished the men's 400-meter hurdle in just over 50 seconds, ranking 4th in CU history. In the distance event, Linda Weigang won the women's 5,000-meter run in nearly 17 and a half minutes, with fellow Buffs Bianna Winchell and Georgia Bell finishing in 2nd and 3rd respectively. C. Dashu also won the men's 4x4 100-meter relay with Tegan Malcolm, Luke Dry, Jordan Ball, and Nick Gehring finishing with a time of 3 minutes 16 seconds. This Saturday, the team will hit Pottsfield for a classic honoring Jerry Queeler, who I'm telling my grandkids had Colorado track in its prime, while the distance runners will travel to Stanford for, you guessed it, the Stanford Invitational.
Nothing happened to tennis this week because Colby hates us. Just kidding, as the Buffs fell in their lone match of this past week to the number 30 ranked Texas.
Back for 6th inning action here from Scott Carpenter Park. Timpani will stay on the mound after a 4-run bottom half of the 5th. Buffaloes crawl back 7-4 here. Falcons looking to extend this lead.
Yeah, nice hitting. Finn Simone's got the 2 RBI single. Buffalo's able to get 2 more. So this is a ball game again as we head to kind of the home stretch. 9-inning game. Buffalo still with time, but Air Force still also can definitely add some insurance. They've shown a nice ability to hit the ball today.
And there it is, but this one foul down the right field line. 1-2 now.
This is Marshall, Jacob Marshall.
To Jacob Marshall.
Yeah, I was looking at number 5. I wasn't sure at first because Marshall listed number 7 on the roster, but they have the last names on the jerseys. Not sure where the miscommunication went there.
Yeah. Either way, the 1-2 to Marshall from Timpani. Swung on, popped up, shallow infield. Coming in as the third baseman will make the easy play. So the first one is retired. Jacob Marshall from the Falcons. So that brings up Foster Stockton for Air Force.
Yeah, Buffalo's with some momentum here. Looking for a shutdown inning.
This one swung on, fouled away.
That's Foster Stockton.
Yeah, from Culver, Indiana.
Sadly not where Culver started.
Although now you're making me hungry for some Culvers.
I love Culver's. And I've only ever had it out here. And I've only had it maybe like 3 times.
Yeah, it's delicious. The
one in Longmont?
Oh, yeah. This one fouled away as well. Although this one may have a chance at a car. Oh, I thought it did, but just missed it.
That Lexus is in a dangerous position.
Is that the handicap spot? That is the handicap spot. As this one swung on, hits the gap as Stockton will reach on a single.
Culver's, founded 1984 in Sauk City, Wisconsin.
Yeah, it's a Wisconsin thing.
And it was a
it's
last
Midwest
name.
thing. Yeah.
Craig and Lee
I see.
Culver.
Not a city thing.
No. Those Butterburgers, really good.
Oh, delicious. And they're homemade root beer as well. I'm a sucker for that root beer.
And it's not bad price.
No.
Especially considering the quality.
That one goes for strike one here.
It's just a shame that I have to drive all the way out to Longmont.
Yeah, I mean,
I would have it all the time if it was in Boulder. Like, I would never go to any other burger place.
I will say, I drove up to Longmont the other day, and it's a beautiful drive from Boulder. As this one, strike two, the throw down to second, not in time. Stockton in there safely.
Yeah, nice steal. Air Force been aggressive on the base paths. And it's worked out. Able to get a runner in scoring position.
Okay, so 0-2 now to Chu Chang. And Putney comes home, swung on, slapped into left field, and Stockton gonna hold up at third. Yeah, I mean, that would have been a close play.
Yeah, nice throw in, but nice job by Chu Chang. Very high pitch. Had to raise the barrel there, but keeping the shoulders square. Nice contact. Maybe not the pitch you're looking at to swing, but
It made it work.
Yeah, it definitely made it work. He's had a really nice day.
Yeah, but that drive up to Longmont is it's beautiful, right?
is
Right by
nice.
that Flatirons on that diagonal highway.
I just don't like driving there to get food. There's a lot in Boulder, a lot of options.
Fair. The 0-0 fouled off, jammed up there,
But
right
maybe-
on that knob of the bat.
You know what? Maybe if the watch party for the national championship, maybe that doesn't happen, then maybe I'll head up to Longmont there. Probably got to get gas first.
Yeah, that does sound like a chore with
But it's fine. Yeah,
the gas
especially
has come down a
considering
little
the
bit.
gas prices right now.
It's come down a little bit, hasn't it?
I
Slightly.
haven't gotten gas in a minute.
This one swung on into center field. Hoffman's there, looking to tag is Stockton, and he will. Hoffman, the throw, missed the cutoff man, and Stockton will add another for the Falcons, doubling up the Buffaloes 8-4 here in the top of the sixth.
Yeah, you raised your voice. If Hoffman got that one home in time, would have been some MLB scouts here next weekend. Like that, he has a cannon of an arm. Maybe not
Definitely.
that much of a cannon. That was a tough play. He didn't really get a running start on it. So
It's definitely difficult because you want to kind of take a looping route to the ball, especially with the tagger. As Chu Chang throw down to second, not in time. He's in there safely. Got some speed to him, Chu Chang. I think that's his second stolen base
I
today.
believe so. He also had some good base running coming home earlier in the third, I believe, when Chase Ambuel wasn't covering home after a wild pitch.
So one swung on from St. George. Hits the gap. Chu Chang's going to come home. The play at the plate is in time, but avoids the tag is Chu Chang. Falcons add another. Great base running there.
Yeah, and a great response from the Falcons this inning. Giving up 4, but then pushing that lead back up, looking for some more.
Shortstop number 3.
There was so much space in the right side of that infield. Have to imagine St. George was looking for it and made some good enough contact to squeak it through. Another run.
Yeah, that's a sign of a good hitter because it's hard to, we don't know the pitch that's coming up, to then try to slap it opposite side of the infield as a righty.
Yeah,
And
tough
great
to-
control there from St. George.
Hey, Easter bunnies, they do some magical things.
They do. So the 1-0 now, St. George will go. Play at second, not there. As they're really testing Weir here at the plate.
Yeah, really. Well, Timpani's had a struggle of an inning. Was able to strand the bases loaded after there were nobody out.
Yeah, only conceding 1 as well.
Yeah, so he's been a little shaky.
So one swung on, hit well, but way foul down the left field line. from Pollock.
Yes, 6th inning still, but right now Air Force with a really nice cushion.
Just a bit ahead of it there. He got a good piece of that.
Yeah, tough at bat, hanging in there. He's got some good power on him. Let's see what happens with this one too.
Timpani comes home inside for ball 2. St. George will get past, advance 90 feet on the pass ball.
Yeah, with Wayne's glove, didn't squeeze it there.
Yeah, there's a little bit of small ball from the Falcons right now. Some stolen bases, capitalizing on some wild pitches.
Yeah, a little bit of a shorthanded Buffs team, but they've still had a lot of their key contributors, especially in the starting lineup. Air Force done a really good job just making them work.
The 2-2 low and away for ball 3. So loads up the count here with 2 outs. Timpani trying to get out of a bit of a poor inning, a well-executed inning if you're Air Force.
This is a big pitch. Can't let them get double digits.
As this one goes low for ball 4. So Timpani misses on another, as now the Falcons have runners in the corners.
Center fielder number 11, Cole Weir.
Yeah, now it's Weir. Has that pop we saw earlier. Nearly left the yard. Fly ball to the warning track. A home run here. Might put this game out of reach.
This one hit well into left, but they got a guy there who will retire the inning. So 2 runs come in for the Falcons. Extend their lead up to 5. 9-4 from Scott Carpenter Park.
They tried to silence us,
but we will not be silenced. Bienvenidos a Scuba Sports. Me llamo Sandy Pisain.
And I'm Shapalicious.
Welcome to the big show.
And rest in power, Pam Bondi.
Start by breaking Diana Walker, Kennedy Sanders, and Jade Cook are returning to the Colorado.
Colorado women's basketball program.
Walker was an all Big 12 honorable mention and all defensive selection, while Sanders averaged 9 points across 10 games before season-ending hip surgery. Meanwhile, the men's basketball team is treading water as Sebastian Rankic and Bengat Dak announced their intention to hit the transfer portal. Rankic averaged over 12 points and 6 rebounds per game on 40% shooting in his second year as a Buff. Dak also made his size felt, bringing down 6.5 rebounds per game with 11.5 points. Alongside the transfer of Isaiah Johnson announced last week, only 2 starters remain in black and gold. For an outlook on Tad Boyle's depleted squad, here's Oliver and Matt with Buff Banter.
Banner, I'm Matt Spivak alongside Oliver Hayes, and today we're going to be talking about the Colorado men's basketball team and some recent news in the transfer portal, or soon to be in the transfer portal, are some of the players as they announced. Forwards Bengat Dak, Sebastian Ranchich, and guard Isaiah Johnson all announced they will be entering the transfer portal. Some good news though, as guard Barrington Hargress did announce he will be staying here at Colorado for his senior season. What are your thoughts on that news, and what does Isaiah Johnson's departure really mean for this program?
Well, I mean, to get into all the decisions of those 4 players, that's a whole lot. That's why we have a whole segment for that. So we get into, Bengat Dak, Ranchik, Barrington Hargress, what that means for the program down the line. But focusing specifically on Isaiah, what a huge loss for the Buffs. A freshman, a young dude, the potential that he has for his collegiate career, it's insurmountable. What he showed this season as a Buffs leading scorer, averaging nearly 17 points per game, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Could have been better on the defensive end, but was manageable.
Now batting for the Buffaloes, number 1.
Aiden Melberg to the plate for the Buffaloes, but Aiden Zadarko for the Falcons
Battle
on the
of
mound.
Aidens.
Yeah. Who is the better Aiden?
Probably the most popular name in the past, 15 years?
No, it's definitely Jake.
Oh, well then Aiden's a close second.
I think so. I mean, I know a lot of Aidens, but I also know a lot of Jakes.
Yeah, a few. I've had to clarify. This is the first year because Jake Shapiro, our faculty advisor. First year I've had another Jake we've had another Jake in the club.
I'm Shapalicious.
Yeah, as am I.
Yeah, we are all Shapalicious.
We are Shapalicious.
Is this?
We advise the club.
We do. We carry the flame and advise the club. The 2-0 here on Melberg. This one swung on, popped into the Air Force dugout, caught by a member of the bench. Will not count for an out, though.
No. Had the glove on, but not a listed fielder.
No, unfortunately. He's ready for it, though.
Yeah, might have gotten in the way of his first baseman. Might have had some more room to grab that if he wasn't there.
So 2-1 now. Melberg swung on, slapped towards third base. Ground ball will make the easy play. So Zadarko showing that he's the better Aiden right now.
Yeah. Battle of Aidens. It goes the way of Air Force.
Are they spelled the same way as well?
I
Because
think
Aiden
so.
is a very versatile name. It is.
Yeah.
Aidan. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're from opposite parts of the country. Warren, Pennsylvania, Zadarko. But from Kirkland, Washington is
Kirkland,
Melbourne.
Washington. Wow. Costco brand.
Definitely the Costco brand. Max McGinnis.
Yeah, brings up Max McGinnis here. Colorado native.
Yeah, Buffalo's got to make a nice little comeback here. But yeah, McGinnis from your hometown.
Yeah, Aurora, Colorado. Range about 15 minutes north from where I'm from. Beautiful campus. They have really cool tennis courts as he swings and misses for strike 2.
What does Grandview have that's like top tier?
Really nothing, because we have a district stadium. So it's
Like
we
one
don't
of
really
those you
have.
share?
Yeah.
High school, mine have the same.
Yeah. Our baseball field's cool. Kevin Gosman played on that diamond.
Oh.
LSU legend has dropped third strike on McGinnis, waving his arms to really distract the catcher there. Max McGinnis pulling out all the stops to try to get on base, goes for naught. As Zadarko has 2 outs here.
It's Easter. 6th inning.
Yeah,
It's
give him
club ball. You're having fun out there.
Giving him a tap on the back there, the catcher. Let him know he's just having some fun.
Yeah, no bad blood. Last weekend we saw plenty. in
Oh,
the
yeah, against Nebraska?
series.
Yeah.
But Colorado and Air Force not particularly heated.
Not heated rivals?
Not a heated rivalry there.
No. Shout out to
Maybe
heated
not.
rivalry expert, SBS heated rivalry expert, Hannah Howell. There, who's perking up.
Maybe not. Maybe on the hockey rink they're a little more heated. I don't know.
Maybe. Famously heated off the hockey rink, off the ice. Pretty sure that's how that show goes.
Pretty sure.
Can't say I've seen it, but
Everyone's angry at each other, I hear.
yeah. Yeah. Whether that's on the ice or elsewhere.
Off it, yes.
So 2-1 here. To the lefty.
Yeah, Zebrak continuing his day. One of the few lefties on this Buffalo squad.
Going back to Kevin Gosman, though, we were rooting. We had some guys on Grandview and some Aurora community members who were rooting for Kevin Gosman. He took the mound in Game 6, and the Blue Jays had a chance to win the World Series.
All right, the Centennial native.
As this one slapped to the second baseman, knocks it down, play at first, in time for the third out. So 1-2-3 for Zadarko. 3 come up, 3 go down. Air Force protecting a 9-4 lead. We'll follow up that thought. Stay tuned here on Skull Buff Sports.
Colorado, they don't have the they passed that bill where the NIL isn't available for the public. So from what I've seen, it's just like it's public records requests that other journalists have gotten where it's been total spending from programs and just kind of reporting numbers, but I haven't seen a specific thing for the Buffaloes out. For what I know, it was towards the bottom of the Power 4 or Power 5, depending on if you count the Big East in that, but towards the bottom of Power conferences.
Yeah, but either way, they're looking at that transfer portal, and I'm expecting them to, like you said, get a big hit out of the transfer portal with the money that they have. And hopefully they don't spend too much, as you said, trying to keep the players on their roster, and they can look to spending that money elsewhere, whether it is a transfer portal or another, talented freshman in Isaiah Johnson that, they can somehow find that would, work out well for the team too. That's all I had. You have anything else to add for Buff Banner?
I mean, get excited. That's what I would say, because a lot of fans look at this and they see three of the four best players hitting the portal, and it's easy to get your morale down. But I think with Fernando Lovo coming in the door and the plans that they've announced, and Hargis wanting to stay and knowing that he wants to win in his senior year, I think that bodes well for Buffs fans. So that's all I got to offer.
All right, well, that's this week's Buff Banner. I'm Matt Spivak with Oliver Hayes, and we'll send it back to you guys at the desk.
The men's basketball season came to an end after a 90-86 overtime loss to Oklahoma in the first round of the college basketball Crown Tournament. If you haven't heard of the Crown Tournament, it's the worst part of a Vegas vacation. Junior guard Barrington Hagris led the way with a season-high 31 points. The Buffs also got key contributions from Alan Michael and Felix Casarias as they built an early first-half lead. But Oklahoma whipped it out in the second half with multiple players scoring in double figures and carrying that momentum into overtime. Tad and the Tadpoles turned their attention to the
Back for seventh inning action here as the Buffaloes will get a new pitcher on the mound, a Minnetonka, Minnesota native, Aiden Bartz. A lot of Aidens in this.
Yeah, more Aiden action. It's been a minute since I've seen Bart's pitch, sophomore, but Minnetonka known for the corporate headquarters of United Health Group.
Wow, famous CEO.
Yes, very famous CEO.
Shout out Luigi Mangione.
Yeah, shout out. My dad actually won an award from United Health.
Wow, surprised.
Not a CEO.
Okay, yeah,
not
I would say I would keep that on the DL, as this one slapped into shallow center right. Well managed and well communicated.
Yeah, Rowan Hobson, another nice play. Moving from left to right field.
Third base.
I believe Aiden Melberg's out there in left now. But yeah, Minnetonka, Minnesota. Solid little city. 50,000 is the population.
Brings up Padala.
San Antonio, Texas native.
Wow.
Shout out women.
Yeah, shout them out.
Shout out women.
Even though International, Women's History Month
was last month.
Our commitment to women continues throughout the entire year here at Skill Buzz Sports. As we get a round of applause here in the dugout. Yeah, they are half our population.
Over half.
And they make the entire population, as pointed out there by Hannah Howell.
Token woman of the press box right here.
1-1 goes inside for ball 2. As Padala. Bartz. Padala gets a good piece of it to left field, but tracking it down will be the Buffaloes.
University of Colorado known for its women, including Kristen Davis, who's going to be the commencement speaker this year.
Yeah. Sex and the City legend.
Yes. I don't really... I feel like I know her from something more. I've never seen Sex and the City, but...
You know her from Deck the Halls?
Maybe the movie Cash Out, starring John Travolta from 2024. Wow. Travolta looks a bit peculiar. Not what I'm used to seeing. Bald and with a beard.
Wow. Swung on foul down the right field line.
Ever seen this movie, Jake?
I can't say that I have. I'm not a huge John Travolta knower.
Yeah, recent John Travolta has been quite the interesting selection of interesting catalog of the films.
He did the Fast and Furious. Oh, I have seen Pulp Fiction.
He's Grease. He's Pulp Fiction. He's, like we mentioned,
Saturday Night Fever.
Saturday Night Fever with the Bee Gees.
Yeah. Hairspray as well. Wow. Okay, maybe I know more than I thought.
Recently, it's been a little hit or miss, I would say. Since we've seen bald John Travolta. I think the filmography gets a little bit more spotty.
You like to see him with hair?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's usually when his movies have been better.
And maybe not a coincidence that when
he
loses the hair, he loses
the
his
acting
talent?
ability. I don't know. I mean, last year he had High Rollers, a master thief must pull a dangerous casino heist when his nemesis kidnaps his lover. Caught between rival criminals and FBI pursuit, he risks it all to save her and score big.
The famous lesser-known cousin of Ocean's 11?
Yes, there's definitely inspiration taken from that.
Hit by pitch here from the Falcons and Bart's.
Oh, and don't forget Capital One's Christmas ad where he plays Santa Claus.
Wow, we're really getting all the religious figures out today. John Travolta.
Who died for our sins.
Who did die for our sins.
John Travolta, he died for our sins. But
have you not seen Pulp Fiction?
Did you see yesterday, the Final Four, they had some form of like long-winded Capital One ad?
You know,
it was Magic Johnson and Will Forte, who was pretending to be James Naismith.
Well, I was here for the UConn-Illinois game, and then I turned off the Michigan. I was having dinner as this one up the middle, a diving second baseman can't quite get to it. So 2 on here with 2 outs for Air Force. You know, I was eating dinner in between those games.
Fair enough.
So.
Yeah, I've heard people did not like it at all.
Oh,
But,
I'll
mean,
have
like,
to look it up.
It seemed like good fun. It wasn't like it was during a game. Maybe it was halftime or something. I'm not sure. But it was at a break. You know, when they went to the studio show. I mean, it's Magic Johnson, who's seems like a nice dude. You know, Magic Johnson, great guy, and Will Forte, kind of with that C to B tier actor, comedian.
Yeah.
No, I remember he was in that show about being the last guy on Earth. Yeah, the last man on Earth.
Literally called Last Man on Earth.
That is the first thing he's known for. That's surprising. I feel like I've known
That's
him
his
for
most
more
famous
before
thing.
that.
He was on Looney Tunes.
MacGruber. He's done some animated stuff.
He's on Saturday Night Live.
Maybe he's more known. Yeah, more known for the SNL stuff.
Sure. He's 5'9", short king.
Said by our resident short king, Jake.
Oh yeah, I'll be the king of king. Well,
you literally are a king. You
I
have
am,
been
yeah.
the king of Grandview.
I have been the king of
Dressed
Grandview.
up as a king for Halloween.
Shout out Grandview High School in Aurora, Colorado. You know, I'm a Lauren and Sienna Betts truther, graduates of Grandview High School. They're playing for a national championship.
Yeah, and that's who you have in the bracket. You
I
might
do.
win the
I do.
Scoba Sports Bracket Challenge.
Yeah.
Should UCLA win today?
And I mean, just you know, for the parallels, you can't root against them really, because Lauren hadn't won a state championship in her 3 years at Grandview, and then Sienna comes in her freshman year. They win a state championship together, and at UCLA, Lauren doesn't win one.
Right, this is her last year. About to be drafted.
And Sienna comes in, and they make a national championship, and
so yeah, that'd be a great story.
Yeah, hard to root against them. And UCLA, they've kept that core together for 3 years, 4 years.
They've added to it. Charlize Lager Walker.
Yeah. But I believe that 3 or 4 of the starters played in the Pac-12.
Yeah, Kiki Rice, I remember from when I was at the Pac-12 tournament.
Yeah.
And of course, Betts been a dominant presence.
2-2 swung on. Foul. He was in Sausage Party.
Back
Will
to
Forte?
Back to Will Forte.
Yeah, we're looking at this Wikipedia page.
Nobody on the UCLA women's basketball team was
in Sausage Party. No, I don't believe so.
Not that I know of.
No. But yeah, shout out Grandview High School, and Our camera operator Ryan Donzinger and I were
He's also starred as a voice actor in
Lab
Rats.
Wow, and he was Abraham Lincoln in Clone High.
Huh.
Wow.
And it was in the Lego Movie trilogy.
Wow,
I think
wow.
he was a. Or they at least had a second one, right?
Wow.
So known for his comedy, his voice acting.
SNL
We
as
salute
well.
you, Will Forte.
Shout out Will Forte, an SBS icon.
Yeah, not problematic either.
Wow.
Not Russell Brand. Oh, and
Karen's computer died. Cho Chung strikes out, so Bart gets out of the jam with 2 aboard. Keeps the score 9-4 here from Scott Carpenter Park.
Someone who can't, it's a bigger field. It's a lot faster paced. So he is a guy who fits that mold. And I think that he could potentially make the move there if they can get him adapted to that type of game. And he showed it with his athleticism today. So lots of guys who really put on a show today. And it's a lot of volume for the Buffs here. They're known for every year having at least one undrafted free agent who sticks, makes a roster. So it'll be interesting to see if there is one of those guys from this team, or if a guy can somehow sneak into the draft, maybe a late round pick. So that is going to be all here from CU's Pro Day. For ScoBuff Sports, I am Liam Howard alongside Xavier McNevitz. You heard it here first.
Thanks, Xavier and Liam. It's good to see those NFL hopefuls in action. Sorry, Steve.
Last Friday and Saturday, Colorado's track team went up to Fort Collins for, you guessed it, a track meet. Danny Tragars finished the men's 400-meter hurdle in just over 50 seconds, ranking 4th in CU history. In the distance event, Linda Weigang won the women's 5,000-meter run in nearly 17 and a half minutes, with fellow Buffs Bianna Winchell and Georgia Bell finishing in 2nd and 3rd respectively. C. Dashu also won the men's 4x4 100-meter relay with Tegan Malcolm, Luke Dry, Jordan Ball, and Nick Gehring finishing with a time of 3 minutes 16 seconds. This Saturday, the team will hit Pottsfield for a classic honoring Jerry Queeler, who I'm telling my grandkids had Colorado track in its prime. While the distance runners will travel to Stanford for, you guessed it, the Stanford Invitational.
Nothing happened to tennis this week because Colby hates us. Just kidding, as the Buffs fell in their lone match of this past week.
Number 17, Nathan Hoffman.
Bottom of the 7th here from ScoBuff Sports at Scott Carpenter Park. Nathan Hoffman leading off the Buffaloes as they find themselves in a 5-run deficit.
yeah, Zadarko looked good his first inning out.
Yep.
Not able to let the Buffs score after the 4-run 5th.
Yeah, 1-2-3 inning for him.
Only inning they've scored in today.
Who do you have winning this national championship today, Harrison?
I feel bad for Lila because of UConn. That was a really tough loss, or any UConn fan out there.
Sure, yeah.
And so South Carolina, while I like their team, I love Dawn Staley. I'm kind of on your side with the UCLA story, with the Colorado natives.
Yeah.
The Betts sisters. They've had a really talented team for a long time, but it's been a long time since UCLA has won a national championship.
It hasn't, and this is their first national championship appearance, I think is what I saw in the broadcast.
Wow. Then
For
they
the-
literally never
Yeah.
by a long time. Even with the powerhouse, the blue blood, their men's side
Yeah.
has been with John Wooden, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
What was it, 4 straight national championships?
I believe
was
so.
Was it in the 60s?
They're in the pantheon of men's college basketball teams, but for the women's side, it's only come on recently, and it's been tough for them to get over the top.
Chance to do it here, to do it
yeah,
today.
I'm definitely, I would say, going for them. Not usually a fan of rooting for the LA teams, just because
No.
LA,
Yeah.
they seem to always win stuff, especially the Dodgers.
Ugh,
Talking
screw
baseball.
the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Hoffman drew a 4-pitch walk earlier, and here's a 5th straight from Zadarko. Balls, that is. As that one's inside for ball 2. Nice little breaking ball. Turning away was and at the plate.
Finn
Simones. Yeah, I still don't have this roster memorized yet. I haven't
it's
called
fine.
too many.
Simone's, I just know 15.
Looks like a fish. not him, but the number 15. He has a fin.
I'm not really sure what you're getting at.
I don't know. I'm associating fin with fish here.
I guess.
I've never insulted the man. I just insulted the number.
I wouldn't say the number
I don't know.
15
Maybe I
looks like a fish either.
I guess I just associate the number 15 with a fish as he swims aboard. 8 straight balls from Zadarko now.
Yeah, a little mound visit here. I like the manager's fit going on. Pretty casual for Sunday.
Yeah, he's done. 8 straight balls will end Zadarko's day.
Not the longest leash, but I think this is our guy, our 6'5".
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You passed him up.
Because he's tall.
He's at the top there. Jacob Barner. Actually, not the 6'5" guy, but he is 6'4" as a freshman. Jacob Barner.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Air Force Falcons, number 50, Jacob Barner.
Yes, a 6'4" freshman from Honolulu, Hawaii. A beautiful place.
Have you been to Hawaii?
I have. I've been.
I've always wanted to go.
It's beautiful. I spent Christmas 2 years ago there.
Really?
Yeah. Did a little cruise, a little family cruise.
You know who also spent Christmas in Hawaii?
Kakoa Brown.
Shane Holcomb.
Oh, and Shane Holcomb, yeah, our boy, Jesus expert.
Resident Jesus expert.
Yeah.
We'll know exactly when and where he rose from the dead.
Do you know where? I can't say I do.
It was probably somewhere in
Jerusalem?
Yeah, Jerusalem or around that area. I know it was in a cave.
Yeah. A cave, you know, famous cave.
Famous cave that they rolled the stone to the side. And Roman soldiers fell asleep. Yeah, in
Jerusalem.
Yeah,
Jerusalem.
you're right.
Yeah. Makes sense. I mean, that's the Holy Land.
Yep. But Buffalo's starting to get to the point where they need a little act of God here and there to get back in this game. Jacob Barner on the mound for Air Force.
Barner.
It says Barner. Yeah. I think it's just Barner.
I think it is just Barner.
They just
would be cool if he had that double last name.
What is going on in the outfield right now?
They're having a little play date. Oh.
A little sleepover?
Yeah. Picnic.
It's a nice day.
It is a beautiful day.
Really nice day.
So up first for the Buffaloes.
Cole
Wayne. Yeah. Wallace Wayne.
Oh.
Mickey Moniak had a home run. 433 feet. Don't know where I got 600 from.
633 feet.
Feels like 600 with the Rockies.
Yeah. I would say so. There were a bunch of balls hit yesterday at the Rockies game that just were not home runs, just on the warning track, things like that.
You see the Joe Adele effort from the Angels?
I did not.
He robbed 3 home runs.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
He robbed 3 home runs, including the last one went into the stands to prevent what would have been a game-tying homer. I mean, the Angels won 1-0.
Yeah.
3 robbed home runs is insane.
Yeah. And that picture of him in the stands, and he's got his arms up, man. You got
crazy.
That's going to be put up in dorm rooms.
See, what are your thoughts though on a robbed home run where he falls into the stands?
I personally think and thought that if you fall over,
it should be a
home run. But how freaking cool is that?
Right. I don't think you want to ruin the moment.
No, not at all. Is this one?
It's so difficult to do.
And a 2-run home run from Rumfield.
Oh, it's 3-0 Rockies.
TJ Rumfield.
See, I should have gone to the game today.
Yeah, you should have. Maybe they saw you in the crowd and said, "Let's not perform."
Damn.
Yeah, they saw Shane in the crowd today.
And the Phillies came through.
Yeah.
Got a couple runs.
Dropped third strike. Tagged him up for out number 1. Strikeout from Wayne.
First baseman, number 9,
And a good start here from Barner is Rishi Nair. He's a Cherry Creek kid.
Yeah.
And I'm not ashamed.
You had a bone to pick with Cherry Creek.
I'm not ashamed to say that there are a few things I hate more in this world than Cherry Creek High School.
Why is that?
Yeah, they win everything. And they're like they're the dynasty. What are they?
Football especially.
Yeah, what are they? What was it? 7 of the last 8 football state championships. They had 50 tennis boys and girls straight. I think it was
See,
50
that's kinda,
years.
That's kind of how I feel about Catholic High.
Yeah.
In Louisiana, Baton Rouge, big school. They've had plenty of scholarship, big alumni to go on to play college ball. But the dynasty I'm starting to like that's been kind of come on strong recently in New Orleans and around Louisiana. Edna Carr, really solid school.
Shout out Edna Carr.
Shout out Edna Carr.
Pass ball here. Runner comes home. He'll come in safely as the Buffaloes add one. Cut the lead to 4. Some trouble brewing here as another run just 90 feet away.
Yeah, nice hustle from Nathan Hoffman. Those pass balls don't always result. Not the biggest area behind home plate here at Scott Carpenter, but often with some good speed, able to coast in pretty comfortably.
Yeah, but that net and that back wall, they kill balls.
Yeah.
They really kill momentum. They don't bounce back very easily. But
no.
Cherry Creek in calendar year 2025, my senior year, they had 9 state championships, as that goes for ball 4.
That is
and
insane.
across 4 years at my time at Grandview, we had 9 total, which we were grateful for. And it feels there are a few things that I hate more than Cherry Creek because of that. So.
Yeah, my high school football team finally got to state championship. We went about 50 years without winning one.
Wow, yeah, and that feels good.
We won it like 20, I think it was 15 or 16. And then my senior year, we went back to the state title game.
Ball gets away here. Play at the plate. In time, they called him out. Couldn't quite get there as the backstop there took a friendly bounce for Air Force. As that pitch right at the head.
Yeah, it might have been Barner a little bit in Simone's
Stafford.
way.
That's what
As
the coach
Vincent made a
would
nice
prefer,
play. Well, it looks like Reynolds will have a discussion. Pretty brief one. Maybe not enjoying how that play at the plate turned out because Barner was just all over the play. It didn't really give Simone's much room to even touch it.
And again, if you have the ball, you have a right to the base path as a defender. The umpires will convene and talk about it. But
I mean,
if
that
you
was a
don't
tough
have the
play.
ball, you cannot be impeding the runner's base path.
Right. So they'll discuss here.
Call him out.
Yeah.
So the goals stand. I mean, it was kind of that 50-50 play.
Yeah, bang, bang.
Especially with Stafford kind of not really realizing. He ducked down to avoid that pitch. Got it high up there. I mean, what a hit right in that neck area.
Barner is struggling with his command here.
Yeah.
Lucky to still have 2 outs.
And to have a
that
comfortable
second
lead.
one. Yeah, still comfortable lead. Plenty of run support. Nair's on second. But yeah, as I was mentioning, my high school.
Yeah, 50 year.
Finally, senior year. We went to 50
Wow,
years without
50 in your senior year as well.
But no. That was earlier. So
Okay,
then
okay.
after that, we won that state. It was like 2015 or 16. Went back to the state title game for just the second time since my senior year of high school. Played Catholic. Most grueling, frustrating game ever. They're just like one of those teams that runs the ball like crazy.
Yeah.
Really low scoring game, like punt fest.
Yeah. Oh.
And what cost us, sorry if you're listening to this, Dennis Doherty, star linebacker, but was also the long snapper, and had a snap to the punter, went through the back of the end zone.
Wow. Cost you a state
Probably
championship.
cost the state championship.
Wow.
Felt terrible. He's playing with some football team in Maine right now. Got a scholarship to play at some tiny school.
Wow.
At linebacker, I assume.
They forgave him for the...
Oh, yeah, we did. He was a chill guy, you know, but tough play. But our quarterback that year is now a star javelin thrower for LSU.
Wow. Wow. Track and
Shout
field
out
legend.
Jack Lariviere.
Wow.
Did not like football. Like, told me straight up, like, he didn't like playing
Wow.
because they would have him run all the time. and
He's
just
not a
take
runner.
bunch of hits. Like, didn't
Yeah.
want to do that. And had a really good arm, but gave up football. Javelin's been.
Ooh, that was right in the helmet to Stafford. Got up quickly. He seems to be okay, but man, that's scary there. That's why I wear a helmet.
Yeah, that's the second pitch that's been right up, as we said, on that wild pitch that Simone's went home on. That was up by his head.
Number 31.
And Barner here, well, I think the umpire gave him a warning. It didn't seem intentional. Barner had gone up to Stafford and said, hey, that's my bad.
I don't know why it would be intentional at this point in the game.
No. And he's been struggling with his control. But, a warning may be issued and warranted.
The umps just got to tell him, settle down here. Don't get anybody hurt. But these batting helmets that I've seen in club ball, really strong. I've seen a few batters get hit in the helmet, and thankfully, had no significant injuries. That's some dangerous location. Stafford had to. It kind of, made it tip in front of his eyes.
First pitch strike here.
Maybe something more off speed is what Barner's going to go for now. Try to avoid the
hide
fastball.
Inside. Yeah. My other bone to pick with Cherry Creek is their head coach, Dave Logan, play-by-play for the Broncos. He draws a lot of recruiting attention because of that. And
yeah, a little
and everything you hate about transfer and NIL in college, Cherry Creek is doing at the high school level. And they get quality transfers, and they go across 225, which isn't their school and in their district, and they recruit guys from that area. And I'll say that not every a lot of schools will do it, right? In high school, and they have rules and they follow the rules. But I think Cherry Creek works really well in that gray area, which doesn't make it fun, especially when you have 250 state championships across 100 years.
Well, like I talked about with my high school finally winning the state championship, they played John Curtis, who is notorious for having college age 19, 20-year-olds still playing high school ball. And not very fair.
And that's what dugout chirping.
Time was called.
Barner here, yeah. But it's not very fun when you get the same school, you get the same team winning over and over. And I understand if you go to Cherry Creek, that's the standard, and you love to see it.
It gets boring though.
But it does. It absolutely does. And losing makes winning fun.
Right. And I think with high school sports, I love to see parity because
absolutely, it's high school.
All these kids, a lot of them, vast majority are gonna stop playing that sport once they're done. So they want to have that success while they can get it.
Now batting for the Buffaloes,
they're not all going to college on scholarship, so yeah, it's I don't know.
So a 5-pitch walk here loads up the bases with 2 outs.
Yeah, Melberg. Potential tying run
for Melberg, and Barter will get a little talking to from his coach. Settle in here. You hit the guy, the batter before. You get a 5-pitch walk. Settle in, slow it down. 1 out does the trick.
Yep, indeed. It's going to be interesting to see how this inning ends with 2 outs. Buffs hoping to continue their rally as the Final Four National Championship for women's basketball just about to start.
Yeah, and the other thing about Cherry Creek is they're located in, the Cherry Hills area. That's some of the higher income. You have athletes like John Elway, Peyton Manning living there. And so they are afforded more.
Those little spoiled rich kids.
Yeah, and they're, it's hard to say anything they're doing wrong. This is a pass ball. Rishi Nair coming in to score.
There's your Cherry Creek guy.
Yeah, he's a Cherry Creek guy and helping out the Buffaloes.
Yeah, 9-6. It's getting a little tight here. 1 hit away from it being a one-run game. And right now, if you're Melberg, you make Barner just throw you 1 good solid strike.
Yep.
You don't take anything. If this guy's gonna keep walking people, just let him.
Yeah, and you're way ahead here, 2-0 in the count. 2 out, so you don't want to make a mistake. Make Barner come to you. That goes for strike 1. We've seen it now. And
got the breaking ball.
Yeah. But back to the Cherry Creek rant is, there's nothing, as a kid you can do. You're just born into that. But it's something to say about that attitude and that.
Yeah.
I will
Hopefully-
say
hopefully
there's
not
nothing
too
you
many
can do
Cherry
about
Creek
it.
Alumni watching this as
How many viewers do we have?
26. No.
As that goes for strike 3, Barner gets out the jam for Air Force. 1 run conceded, Buffalo, or 2 runs rather. Buffaloes crawl back within 3, headed to the 8th.
Buffs fans. So that's all I got to offer.
All right, well, that's this week's Buff Banner. I'm Matt Spivak with Oliver Hayes, and we'll send it back to you guys at the desk.
The men's basketball season came to an end after a 90-86 overtime loss to Oklahoma in the first round of the college basketball Crown Tournament. If you haven't heard of the Crown Tournament, it's the worst part of a Vegas vacation. Junior guard Barrington Hagris led the way with a season-high 31 points. The Buffs also got key contributions from Alan Michael and Felix Casarias as they built an early first-half lead, but Oklahoma whipped it out in the second half with multiple players scoring in double figures and carrying that momentum into overtime. Tad and the Tadpoles turned their attention to the offseason, where they can enjoy watching the Colorado Rockies suck.
It's time for this week's trivia question. Following the men's basketball team's elimination from the Crown Tournament, we ask you which team eliminated them from the last college basketball crown last year. Stay tuned for the answer later in the show. What an able. Saturday, women's lacrosse opened Big 12 play with a big fat W against the San Diego State Aztecs. The Buffs pulled away early in the second period and never took their foot off the gas, winning.
Delightful Sunday evening as we get some cookies.
Some Thin Mints.
I haven't seen too many Girl Scouts this year.
I have.
Maybe I'm going to the wrong areas.
You're the freshman. You're always on campus.
Yeah, well,
They've been everywhere.
It's hit or miss when they come.
I don't know. I mean, I've seen a lot.
Okay, I gotta keep. Well, now that it's April, I feel like it's died down a little bit.
Yeah, I would say that. But I remember once Cosmos. That's the only time I've gotten my Girl Scout cookies this year. They were selling them at Cosmos.
Is that right?
Pretty smart.
Wow.
Economic choice.
A lot of them go to the sorority houses or the frat houses. I feel like that's like because you just have like the highest density.
Right. I mean, a lot of people stock up. You know.
Speaking of density, another part of my Cherry Creek rant.
Oh,
I can go on. They also have 1,000 more kids than the next biggest high school in Colorado. So, 4-pitch walk here as Gilmore takes the mound for the Buffaloes.
I was unaware Cherry Creek had all this going for.
Oh yeah, and let me tell you, when a few years ago Columbine won the football state championship, and beating Cherry Creek in that championship, and let me tell you that the state rejoiced.
Yeah, I would imagine.
The state kind
Goliath
of
beat David or David beat Goliath.
yeah, and Columbine had a great squad that year. They were that kind of beat you down running back. They had a really good running back. Can't remember his name now, but the state rejoiced because it broke. It would have been, with knowing what it is now, I think it would have been 8 straight.
Wow.
So,
gosh.
Yeah, my hatred for Cherry Creek runs deep, Harrison.
I can tell.
Yeah,
we've been going on this since like the 6th.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Is this one swung on? Hit into right field. Be a fly out. As trying to get that double play, but won't be able to.
Shortstop number 3, Rylan Pollock.
As the runner got back in time, Caden Vincent. So Pollock up to the plate now. As this one fouled down the left field line.
Pollock's had a solid day, starting at short. He's had a lot asked of him, but strong hitter for the Falcons.
0-1 here, 1 out. Strike 2. Nice little breaking ball there from Gilmore.
Yeah, Tyler Gilmore, a native of Georgetown, Massachusetts, a sophomore, which I'm told by Nick, or I guess I overheard of him, is where the Salem witch trials happen.
What?
I just heard Salem, and in the Salem metro area, near Lowell, and apparently is in the middle of nowhere.
Swung on into left field. Fly out. There's another easy out for the Buffaloes.
Yeah, Gilmore's looked all right out of the pen. They have gone
fresh
to a lot
arm
of
as
different
well.
Yeah, they've gone to a lot of different arms this game, and been very hit or miss. Buffalo's not used to allowing 9 runs across. They're usually, able to take these series against Air Force. And they already have it, but
trying to get the sweep.
Falcons looking to win today. Hit Weir.
Yeah, hit by pitch there on Weir. Looked like Gilmore just lost control, the sophomore from, as you mentioned, Georgetown, Massachusetts. Yeah, looks like maybe 20, 30 minutes from Salem. And
maybe he is a witch.
Potentially. Ball magnet as well, seems like. So 2 outs, runners on first and second. Little dribbler will go foul down the first baseline.
Apparently Nick took a senior trip in high school to Salem. I took a fall senior trip in high school too. Actually, no, my bad. I took an 8th grade trip to San Antonio.
Was it cool?
Yeah, I like San Antonio. I've been twice now because of the Alamo Bowl last year.
Yeah.
Cool little spot. Went to the Alamo. Overrated.
Don't forget it.
There is a Ripley's, believe it or not, across the street. Much cooler.
0-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Gets out of the 2 runners on. Jam. Tyler Gilmore looks good. 9-6 here after 7.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to agree with you there. I think that Amari McNeil absolutely could have put more on the field today. I think that was the case for a lot of these Buffs coming in. Obviously, with the season that they had and none of these guys currently being projected in really any experts mock drafts, this was kind of at a point where, these guys needed to put everything on the field that they could. And so to come in, I feel like, if you're not battling an injury, there's no reason that you shouldn't be running the 40, that you shouldn't be doing whatever you could to put something on film for these NFL scouts. Because, of course, there were 28 NFL teams here. So that's a lot of opportunities. That's a lot of eyes looking at you, even if they're just looking at you as a preseason training camp body. That is still an opportunity in the NFL. So I would think if I personally had the season that the Buffs had and then was coming out here, I'd want to put everything on the field that I could. And, yeah, he was not on the field very much today. So that was one thing I was definitely a little disappointed in. And then Zy Chrysler, he also had during his 40-yard dash, he had an injury, which was unfortunate to see. Kind of seems like, and then he wasn't a very heavy participant after that, so that's unfortunate for him, as well as the sort of lackluster testing he had at the start of the day. But looking at Xavier Hill, I know you were really impressed with him in terms of his future. Where's a place you see him fitting in?
Honestly, I think any NFL team could really use a guy like him just for depth because he's versatile. Like I said, he played tackle, he played guard. He said in the presser that teams are looking more at interior for him. But I think today he proved his athleticism, and he's proved that he can play on tape. I mean, he's a 5th-year grown man, senior, and I think he's a good plug and play. And honestly, I can't really name one NFL team that he could be on, but I think I'm taking the cop-out answer here. I think he can be a really good depth piece for any NFL team, for sure.
Yeah, I mentioned Sincere Brown and a potential option to move to the Denver Broncos or something like that. But one guy I also kind of want to talk about a little bit is Caden Salter. He actually really impressed in the jumping drills today. He had the longest.
Bottom of the 8th here at Scott Carpenter Park. Air Force leads Colorado 9-6. As we have an Easter candy discussion rolling here with resident Cherry Creek hater Jake Chow.
Yeah.
What is your favorite Easter candy? I can probably tell because you just were talking about it.
Brock's jelly beans, hands down. I love that. I crave that all year round. This is the best time of year just because of the jelly beans.
Yeah, we were at Walgreens in Nashville for the NCAA tournament.
Yeah.
And you were eyeing up some
Oh,
Bronx jelly beans.
I was eyeing them. But in Nashville, apparently they're $8.
Yeah, Nashville,
$9.
pretty expensive city.
Yeah,
It's growing, so I guess just spike stuff. But $8 for jelly beans seems a little outrageous.
Yeah, I think here they're closer to like $6.
Yeah, I wouldn't say.
Because that one's behind the batter. So
Yeah,
that's-
Barner, my bad. Forgot I'm playing with
yeah.
Barner, a little bit shaky in his command. A lot to the batter's side. Had knocked Jared Stafford in the helmet. 3-0 pitch is low for a leadoff walk. So the Buffaloes starting to creep back into this game. Didn't allow a run in the last two against Air Force.
Interesting that Zadarko had a short leash where he had
Yeah.
four pitch walks.
And looks like this might be it actually for Barner.
And then Barner kind of
He
had
struggled.
a few, yeah.
He's really struggled to find the zone.
Especially with that command. But let's see. Yep, he's done.
So leadoff walk. And that will bring up Gabe Zebrak after the pitching change. It appears Air Force going with another righty.
Drew Weddle. He's started this
Weddle.
first game. He's a Grandview alum.
Yeah, I was about to say Grandview. Did you know him? by
No,
chance?
well, this was funny because yesterday when Quinn and I, before the game, we were talking about Drew Weddle and in between innings, and,
Yep.
and I'm like, this name sounds familiar.
Okay.
And he's a Grandview alum, and so I can't say that I've ever ran into him. And
I mean,
he's
he's
a
a
fifth-year senior, so I never ran into him. But the name rung a bell somewhere in my subconscious.
Well, we're also playing some oldies in the booth. We had some Grease going in between the last inning. As mentioned, John Travolta, if you're
Shout
just
out,
joining
shout
us.
out.
We had a nice discussion of John Travolta's filmography.
This has been a fun baseball game. We covered all sorts of
yeah.
topics.
We got. Oh, actually, it's not your Grandview guy. It's not.
Well, shout out Drew Weddle,
Drew Weddle.
anyways.
It is Stanley Plecha, native of Reno, Nevada.
Bishop Manog, is that
A
how you
mining
say it?
town, Bishop Manog Catholic High alum.
I remember our girls basketball team with Sienna Betts, who is playing in this national championship. We're watching it here. We went to and played Bishop Manog in one of the tournaments, and our athletic director emailed me that night and said Grandview beat Bishop Manog, and I was in the middle of the ocean.
It is a small world.
Yeah, it is. And Bishop Manog, one of those powerhouses in
Yeah.
high school sports, and
Not Bishop Sycamore.
no,
Not the famed fake high school.
no. Although they can be as good as they want to if they don't exist.
Well, speaking of the bets, it's currently 11-4 at
Yeah,
UCLA
yeah.
over South Carolina. Looking pretty good to start.
But yeah, I was in the middle of the ocean. I was on a little cruise.
Yeah.
We're cruising during winter break, and our ID emails me, says we beat Bishop Manog, and I said, "Wow, let me get that up." And I put that up on social media. It was great. It was good fun.
Good fun.
And I think she actually dropped a triple double in that game, Sienna Betts.
Wow.
I think that was the game she had. I think it was her only triple double, but it's Colorado's double leader, career double doubles.
You
Yeah,
called most of her career, no?
Yeah, my voice ended up on Overtime Select.
Wow.
Because she broke the rebounding record
Right.
in Colorado. So you can find that somewhere. I don't know where, but
At Mr. Grandview somewhere.
yeah. So that's pretty cool.
2-0 on Zebrak. Runner on first. That's a strike.
Fond memories of that basketball team. 3 state championships in 4 years.
Okay, well, you're complaining so much about your football troubles with Cherry Creek, and you have basketball school.
Well, I didn't understand football alone. They got tennis and swim where they've won 30 consecutive.
I was on the swim team my 8th grade year at my high school, and
they do that.
Yeah, they do. We do swim.
Well,
8th grade. You mean you have eighth? We have eighth grade. Oh yeah.
I believe you do swim. But.
Yeah. But we lost to Catholic High in state pretty much every year.
Yeah, I remember this lore drop, but
yeah, Catholic High.
Do tell.
Just a powerhouse swim school, as well as the 3-2 pitch finds the zone. Zebrak might have started walking towards first, but it's a punch out from Plecha. Big first out. Brings up Nathan Hoffman. Had a solid day. Walk-up song, iconic.
My issue with Cherry Creek isn't just that they're good;
Okay,
it's
here
the
we go
recruit.
again.
It's the
Here we
recruiting
go
as well.
again.
Yeah, you don't get me started. It's the it's fine to be good. It's just how they're good.
Yeah,
and they're recruiting, and that's unfair and not fun. But it's okay to be a powerhouse,
right? Just an ethical one.
Yeah.
You pitch misses in.
You want the ethics of it, but then it's also like you want that parity,
right?
And so, and you want to see storylines, not just they're good because they have more resources and a bigger school, and you want to have other schools. You want to see them have a chance.
Bouncing ball over to third, they'll just make the throw to first, and it's in time. So McGinnis moves up to second.
Shortstop number
But
15,
now 2 outs. Finn Simones, 2 RBIs on his day. Looks to add another in the bottom of the 8th. 4 outs remaining for Colorado in this game. So a big spot for the shortstop.
The other thing about that year, the Columbine won, is some of those Greek kids were saying some inappropriate things, especially regarding the history of Columbine.
Oh, yeah, don't want to dive into that.
No, certainly not. But it was just, my opinion was
Right.
kind of cemented then as well.
That's valid. That's valid. Cherry Creek. We've heard a lot about them.
Yeah. Time to put it to bed, I imagine.
Hopefully the Nair family took this game off.
Hopefully they're in attendance and not actually watching on the stream.
I mean, they could probably hear you anyway.
Oh, whatever.
3-0 on Simones.
I can at least defend my feelings and my hatred for.
Yeah, it's evidence based.
Yeah.
Experience based. Stanley Plecha, the third, fires high, or actually, that's high. And Simones draws the walk. Now runners on first and second for Cole Wayne.
Speaking of the third, shout out to SBS legend Dale Remington Krapinski the third.
No, not legend.
Member, I would say.
Legend is one way to put it.
Yeah. I'm sure he'll also be remembered.
He'll definitely be remembered.
Can't say how, but
one way or another,
he will be remembered in SBS.
Wayne takes a strike. 2 outs. Represents the tying run. Swings and misses.
What a name, Dale Remington Krapinski. Every time I hear it, I am just in awe.
The 0-2. Fouled off. Wayne, not the fastest bat speed in the team, but looking for something just to get a ball in play.
Staying
keep the
alive.
line moving. I mean, Nair's got some good power on deck. Big pitch upcoming. Big spot for the Buffaloes. Runner goes to third. Pitch misses inside. McGinnis steals third. Just kind of his instinct, but Simone stays at first. Looked like he kind of just thought to steal on the fly. Not sure if any indication was made by the third base coach. Runners in the corners. 1-2. Outside.
Hey, good eye. Way to leave that out there if you're the Buffaloes.
So good fight from Wayne. After it started 0-2, had the foul ball and then 2 straight takes. The 2-2 runner goes. Swings and hits this one to third. Nice pick over there, and that retires the side. So the Buffaloes get the tying run to the plate in the 8th, but can't score anybody as it remains 9-6 as we head to the ninth here at Scott Carpenter Park.
Elevator picks. Available on iOS and Android. Purchase the ScoBuff Sports app today. Well, Harrison, it looks like we have an appointment to get to.
Where, in fact?
I think we got to get to Buckingham Hall here.
Well,
you know.
see you soon, Jake.
For now, though, rest easy, viewer.
And we'll see you in.
Yeah.
You'll see you in Valhalla. And you
Heard it here first. They tried to silence us.
But we will not be silenced. Bienvenidos a ScoBuff Sports. Me llamo Sandy Pisai.
And I'm Shapalicious.
Welcome to the big show.
And rest in power, Pam Bondi.
Let's start by breaking Diana Walker, Kennedy Sanders, and Jade Cook are returning to the Colorado.
Colorado women's basketball program.
Walker was an all Big 12 honorable mention and all defensive selection, while Sanders averaged 9 points across 10 games before season-ending hip surgery. Meanwhile, the men's basketball team is treading water.
We're in the ninth as Air Force looking to break the hearts of the Colorado Buffaloes. They're up 9-6 in this series finale. Buffaloes won both legs of the doubleheader yesterday. But Air Force looking good, and Keith Padala leads off on a sunny 61-degree day. Couldn't ask for better weather.
No, you really couldn't. Got a slight breeze, too.
As Padala made a nice play to end the last inning. Nice pick off the grass to prevent the Buffaloes, who had the tying run in the form of Cole Wayne at the plate, but could not get a run across. Had runners on first and third. 1-1 pitch from Tyler Gilmore finds zone.
Yeah, if you're the Buffs right now, you really got to limit the damage. You want a quick inning to keep those bats warm, which they were and have been for the past few innings.
The 1-2 misses low. So Gilmore, part of a solid pitching effort the last couple innings by CU. But Air Force with a 4-run second inning as that pitch is towering out to left. Melberg's backtracking and he grabs it for the first out. Just kind of hung up in the air for a while. Deep shot, but out number one.
Left fielder.
So right on schedule here on the fly out from Padala. If you're the Buffaloes, really want quick at bats. You know, try not to leave too many to get too many people on. Sets up a dramatic bottom of the ninth.
Could indeed do so. Now it's Jacob Marshall, the left-handed outfielder, a senior. Swings and laces this one into right. That's a single.
Jinxed him.
Yeah, a little bit. But only one bag.
Right fielder number 16.
Brings up Foster Stockton. The one on, one out. Air Force looking to wrap up what would be a very impressive win.
Yeah, something to go home with.
Swung on a missed first pitch. Gilmore out of the pen, his second inning of work.
You know, when the schools are this close, I mean, I know Boulder and the Springs are a little bit ways away, but do they stay in a hotel or do they drive up each morning?
They probably drive. I mean, well, actually, I would imagine they stay like one night in a hotel because they got the 2-day, the weekend series. 0-2 misses inside.
Yeah, but like if you're playing the Mines or CSU, like I doubt they stay.
Yeah, no. Fort Collins or Golden, both pretty close. Spring's what, a couple hours?
Yeah, it's about 2 hours from here.
Yeah. I've never been.
Is that right?
No.
They got the Garden of the Gods down there.
Yeah. I've heard it's a nice place.
It is. It's a beautiful place. Pikes Peak, yeah.
2-2. In there, strike 3. Bender froze him. And 2 are down. Stockton took a good look and will walk to the dugout. Now it's Sear Chucheng once up. With 2 outs, runner on first. Nice pitch from Gilmore. Chucheng with a really great day on the base paths, in the field, at the plate. Really solid. Near the bottom of the lineup as they check on the runner over there. Buffaloes trail by 3 in the 9th. Trying to get out of this inning, get the bats back up. 2-0 is the count. We've almost run out of stuff to talk about.
Yeah, there really isn't. I mean, a good thing it's the 9th inning.
Yeah. But I would say we had a great day.
Yeah, we had a productive conversation as well.
Pretty productive about your hatred of Cherry
Hate
Creek.
him. Hate him.
Fouled off, 2-2. Vincent stands on deck. As at the end of the first quarter, UCLA up 21-10. South Carolina.
And UCLA, a really good defensive team, and led there by Lauren Betts.
Only lost 1 game. 2-2. Line drive. It'll drop in center. So Chu Chang, another hit on his day.
Automatic today, it feels like.
Really solid. 2 outs, keeps the line moving. Tyler Gilmore trying to get out of this inning.
Catcher number 12, Caden Vincent.
Now brings up Caden Vincent, catcher for Air Force. The freshman in a big spot, looking to give Air Force some insurance. Already have a good amount, but would love to add more. First pitch swinging, drives it deep left, but it is caught. Melberg coasts back, retires the side, and Buffs escape unscathed, and we'll head to the bottom of the 9th, down 9-6 here in Boulder.
Transfer portal that played in the Crown, and so the more scholarship spots could open up, and trying to replace Bang Out Dak and Sebastian Ranch, it could be through multiple players, and depending on how much that money looks like, the Buffs could potentially see upgrades from Ranchick and Dak, but only time will tell. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you. The transfer portal is looking nice with the amount of money that we have. I'm not sure. Do you know how much it is, or we're not totally sure?
It's always hard to tell because with Colorado, they don't have the they passed that bill where the NIL isn't available for the public. So from what I've seen, it's just like it's public records requests that other journalists have gotten where it's been total spending from programs and just kind of reporting numbers, but I haven't seen a specific thing for the Buffaloes out. From what I know, it was towards the bottom of the Power 4 or Power 5, depending on if you count the Big East in that, but towards the bottom of power conferences.
Yeah, but either way, they're looking at that transfer portal, and I'm expecting them to, like you said, get a big hit out of the transfer portal with the money that they have. And hopefully they don't spend too much, as you said, trying to keep the players on their roster, and they can look to spending that money elsewhere, whether it is a transfer portal or another, talented freshman in Isaiah Johnson that, they can somehow find that would, work out well for the team too. That's all I had. You have anything else to add for Buff Banner?
I mean, get excited. That's what I would say, because a lot of fans look at this and they see three of the four best players hitting the portal, and it's easy to get your morale down. But I think with Fernando Lovo coming in the door and the plans that they've announced, and Hargis wanting to stay and knowing that he wants to win in his senior year, I think that bodes well for Buffs fans. So that's all I got to offer.
All right, well, that's this week's Buff Banner. I'm Matt Spivak with Oliver Hayes, and we'll send it back to you guys at the desk.
The men's basketball season came to an end after a 90-86 overtime loss to Oklahoma in the first round of the college basketball Crown Tournament. If you haven't heard of the Crown Tournament, it's the worst part of a Vegas vacation. Junior guard Barrington Hagris led the way with a season-high 31-point.
It has been a lovely day here at Scott Carpenter Park, but it could be better for the Colorado Buffaloes. They trail 9-6, one last chance here in the bottom of the ninth. Stanley Plecha of Air Force looking to shut the door, as it'll be Rishi Nair due up first, then Judd Stafford to follow. They've got to score 3, and they've got to do so in a hurry. But it's been a really nice day at the ballpark. A fun game all around, fun series for both of these squads. Competitive baseball. And I'm now asked why I don't have a Cajun accent. That's so random. I feel like
why don't you have a Cajun accent, Harrison?
Because I wasn't born in like the Bayou. Like not many people that were born in New Orleans
were born in the Bayou.
Well, the Bayou isn't New Orleans. No, not even close.
Where's the Bayou
y'all
then?
Think New Orleans is just a bunch of alligators and stuff walking around?
I mean, they're below sea level.
I mean, that's true, but New Orleans is like a normal city, pretty much. It's really vibrant and fun.
I have been there. It's been 10 years.
Okay.
Maybe 12.
When you were 2
5?
months old?
Yeah. Yeah, I was 5 years old.
Yeah. 1-0 on there. But New Orleans, not known for its alligators. That's the other parts of the state.
I remember because I was reading Magic Treehouse.
Oh.
And it was like haunted, you know, like I Survived, or not the I Survived,
the voodoo
but like,
stuff.
Yeah, they have like, and so I was scared that we would get haunted.
But I have to bust the myth here.
Okay,
Contrary to popular belief, voodoo dolls are not like a negative thing.
They're a positive thing.
They're
right?
mostly positive, yeah.
Because you're supposed to protect them, isn't that
right?
like
They're more for like wishing good fortune for people.
And somebody stabbed it like a horror movie, and
Is Voodoo Donuts cultural appropriation?
who would you be appropriating?
Cajuns?
Like
the
what's
voodoo?
the? I don't know I just don't know the history of voodoo enough to. Like,
yeah, same.
to
Even though
say.
I'm from the area,
Sure.
I wouldn't know enough to really tell if it's. It might be a little. I don't know. It is a chain. That pitch near the Air Force dugout, fouled away by Nair. 1-2 the count. Nair's had himself a really nice day. 3 hits. Looking to continue in a 1-2 count. The pitch from Plecha. Swung on and missed. As that will be the first out. Air Force 2 outs away from a big win over the Buffaloes.
11, Judd Stafford.
Brings up Judd Stafford. Jacob Kennedy warming up for Air Force in the pen. Should Colorado maybe get a rally started. Maybe go with a more typical closer type. But Plecha in his second inning of work and looking really solid. Fires a strike on Stafford.
Yeah, and again, there's no 4th game of this series, so you can kind of use those reserves. You know, why not?
Empty the tank. Colorado will be back. And, Stafford got hit by a pitch again. Got hit in the head last time.
Ball magnet.
Yeah, like that phrase you love to say. That time it hit him more in the shoulder area. Breaking ball didn't hurt as much. But the Buffaloes have a runner on for Rowan Hobson. Big Chief Keef fan, so I hear. Got the walk-up music. Native of Washington, D.C. And that one, oh my goodness.
Lost it.
Lost it, and now it's out of play.
They lost it, and they're just running. Okay.
Stafford's going to come all the way home. The ball is on the other side of the wall. Squeezed in between the net. I don't know if I've ever seen that. Just when you think you've seen it all. It's right by on our side. Off a wild pitch, and now this guy's going to try to, like... Oh, no, he thought about throwing it all the way over. Or no, he is. Here's the throw. And
Hey!
right on the money, over the netting. And
so
the umpires are going to discuss where to put Stafford here, as the ball ran up and in on Hobson.
Because Barner there called time. He said it's gone, and the umpires didn't see him.
Oh, it looks like they gave Stafford a thumbs up, so he's good at third base.
Okay.
So that's big.
That is.
With one out. They're going to have a runner on third now.
Yeah, both Weir and Barner were putting their hands up. Lost it. But they just didn't
really
know.
did.
Yeah, and for
They
good
weren't
reason.
lying.
But they're doing that by the time that Stafford had gotten to second. So
interesting.
They just didn't see him.
Yeah.
And so that kind of advances 90 feet. So kind of get a free 90 feet, that is.
That's a strike on Hobson. 1-1 is the count. Buffalo's looking to creep back in it. Only 3 runs away. And have one standing 90 feet away from home plate. That ball hit down the first base line and off the glove of the first baseman. So Stafford scores. Hobson's going for second. He is safe. Big time double for Rowan Hobson.
Got the double celly as well. So
He's
yeah,
excited.
Buffs climb back within 1, which is huge here as the bats continuing to stay hot.
Yeah, this has become a really tight game now. Aiden Melberg now up for the Buffaloes, 9-7.
And another runner in scoring position.
Hobson with good speed, so a hit would make this a 1-run game. Melberg represents the tying run with Max McGinnis standing on deck.
But how about Hobson to adjust? He saw that inside strike, then turned on one, and it snuck fair down that first base line.
That pitch runs inside, 2-0 on Melberg.
Yeah, great adjustment from Hobson.
Yeah, Hobson has had a fun day around the ballpark. Had made some great plays in the outfield, both corners of it. Now doing his job at the plate, and now will advance the third after another wild pitch. No one's covering home.
So pressure mounting here on the Falcons.
Indeed. As Stanley Plecha, maybe a little in his own head here. Buffaloes close to mounting a comeback.
Notably, Jacob Kennedy, who was warming up earlier in this inning, is now gone to the dugout.
So probably ready. This might be the last batter that Plecha faces.
Imagine it will be on that 4-pitch walk.
Yep, I can already see the manager making that walk out towards the mound. So runners on the corners. And Max McGinnis is the winning run.
Oh, it looks like what a bounce back this would be.
Like Plecha might have waved them off.
Hmm.
Manager not electing to make a pitching change here. Stanley Plecha, the junior, stays in. McGinnis takes a ball. Runners on the corners.
Yeah,
Melberg on first, Hobson on third.
McGinnis represents the winning run.
Yeah.
And what a comeback he would be from his last series as well.
Takes high.
Oh, that was strike 1 or strike 2.
Actually, yeah, 1-1 rather.
Late call there.
Yeah, it looked a little bit high to me, but at the letters, called the strike. Big one from Plecha. 1-1 pitch up and in. A lot of chin music today for the Buffaloes.
Yeah, certainly.
Buffaloes looking for some Easter magic. The 2-1. Up the middle. Bouncing ball. Misplayed by the second baseman. They'll tag the runner going to second. A run will score. McGinnis in at first. So it's 9-8. Could have been worse for either side. A potential double play ball. But kind of a corkscrew that McGinnis is able to reach first on, as well as Hobson gets home. So 1-run game with 2 outs in the ninth. And it's Gabe Zebrak up for the Buffaloes.
Yeah, the freshman from Sherman Oaks, California. Winning run at the plate.
Yeah, tying run now stands on first. 2 outs. Air Force looking to hold off the Buffs. Strike 1. A tight one. Buffaloes were down 9-4. Have made this a ball game. Fouled away. So 0-2. Buffaloes down to their last strike. Nathan Hoffman, if this game were to be extended, stands on deck.
And that's a guy you certainly want at the plate if you're the Buffaloes. Nathan Hoffman and Zebrak, a capable man.
Runner goes. Pitch is low, and McGinnis will get in scoring position. So 1-2 is the count.
Yeah, the
Good take
tying
from
run in scoring
Zebrak.
position.
Fletcher delivers. High. Second straight wild pitch. And now 90 feet away from a tie game. McGinnis advances across the diamond in just 2 pitches. And it's 2-2 on Gabe Zebrak. Zebrak, swing and a miss. And Air Force fends off Colorado. The comeback goes for naught. 9-8 your final. The Falcons take home an impressive win.
Yeah, absolutely. Good effort from the Buffaloes. Great job showing some life, especially as it felt like they were down for the count at parts of that game, but bounced back, good resilience, and just came up short on that
90
last.
feet short.
Yeah, 90 feet. But great effort from the Buffaloes, and they still pick up the series win.
They do pick up the series win. Air Force just barely escapes with a 9-8 victory here in Boulder today. And for everyone here at Scoba Sports, Ryan Donziger on camera, Hannah Howell with some photos and social media, Kieran Warger with some commentary earlier, helping out with the music. And for Nick Evans and Jake Chow, I'm Harrison Semyon saying so long from Scott Carpenter Park. And you heard it here first.
Correct. Baylor, the board is yours. Alright, here's the answer. The must-have items wear on game day to show your buff pride. That's correct. Nothing says school spirit like those 2 colors. Choose the next one.
Let's do fan etiquette for 600.
Fan etiquette. The proper response when you hear someone yell, "Go Buffs."
What is Skull Buffs?
Skull Buffs is right. Looks like we've got some true Buffs fans here. But thank you all for tuning in. Thank you to our contestants, and see you next time.
The women's golfers are set to begin their last tournament of the regular season before the Big 12 Championship. Colorado will travel to Napa, California over the weekend to compete in the Chevron Silverado Showdown. The 3-day tournament starts on Monday and concludes on Wednesday. The Buffs are currently ranked number 48 in the nation and look to move up in the rankings heading into the Big 12 Championship, starting on April 23rd. Don't drink too much wine, ladies.
For fans of the name Wally, the men's golfers finished tied for 8th place at the Wally Goodwin Intercollegiate in Palo Alto, California this past weekend. The Buffs shot 5 strokes over par in Silicon Valley, sitting in a tie with the Utah Utes. The host squad, Stanford Cardinal, took first place with a score of 17 strokes under par. Graduate Jackson Rivera, not to be confused with SBS member Jackie Rivera, was the only Buff to shoot under par. He finished 2 strokes under, good for 19th place. The Buffs will be back in action at the Thunderbird Intercollegiate on April 10th in Phoenix.
The CU Sluggers are set to return to conference action this weekend against Air Force. The club is coming off their first series loss of the 2026 season last weekend against Nebraska, which saw a literal fight on the field. Can we talk about that? The Cornhuskers beat the corn out of CU in the final game to win the series off a run rule. This weekend, the Buffs and Falcons meet with 2 undefeated conference records, making this weekend vital for regional tournament implications. Game 1 is Saturday with games 2 and 3 on Sunday. Every game will be streamed right here on Scobuff Sports YouTube channel.
Make sure you like and subscribe. The Buffs Club men's lacrosse team has had some up and downs since spring break, facing a slew of different teams. They fell to Florida before a solid win over number 16 ranked Chapman. CU got knocked back down, however, after a tough loss to SDSU, but then beat California Polytechnic Institute and Boise State. Next up is a trip to the Beehive State as the Buffs travel to take on both Utah Tech and Utah. They'll then come back to Boulder on Thursday to face their biggest challenge yet, the number 2 ranked BYU Cougars. A lot of Utah.
Women's lacrosse are protecting their necks right now. Currently ranked 3rd with an overall record of 3-3, Colorado has proven to be assassins on both ends of the field. The Buffs secured key wins against Colorado State, Utah, and Utah Valley, home to a beautiful amphitheater. Leading the charge is top scorer attacker Livia Clanian, whose playmaking has been crucial to Colorado's success this season. Now with just 2 games remaining, the Black and Gold are looking to finish strong. Colorado takes on Brigham Young this Friday, followed by a matchup with Utah State on Saturday. Don't miss the action this weekend as they wrap up their season.
Number 1, I think we know where this is going. It's Isaiah Johnson. And the deck attack! Washington, they got Dak going up the left side. He goes there for the slam with 2 hands. The Dak attack strikes again, doing what he does best. Alley-oop from Barrington Hargress and a slam by Bangot Dak. We got a slam from Bangot Dak. What can he not do? Long pass out here to Bangot Dak, who slams it down with 2 hands. Now for number 1 now, it's over to Isaiah Johnson. And the Dak attack! A monster slam for Bangot Dak. I can't go a week without saying Dak attack here on this show. Since Isaiah Johnson, he's going to hang on to it himself, going out to his left. Finally driving up court, alley-oop, and the Dak attack!
Here we see Xavier McNevitz working on his reader for the live show. If we didn't have these readers done by Thursday night, chances are we would not be airing this show right now. Be like Xavier. Get your readers done. And don't forget to click save so that you don't lose any of your hard-earned work.
Good evening, Buffs fans, and welcome to Rapid Fire, the place where I'm going to go over all of the games over this weekend. Should be some action-packed stuff. Starting off, track and field, it is the Jerry Quiller Classic all-day Saturday. Because of the high winds today, all the events got pushed to Saturday, so from 10 a.m. to about 4 p.m. it's going to be non-stop track and field action. Colorado's best will be getting after it. And then baseball, 3-game series for the Buffaloes up against the Air Force Falcons. Air Force and Colorado are 1st and 2nd in the Mid-America West Division respectively. Going to be a huge series. CU is coming off of a tough series loss against Nebraska, looking to get some revenge against Air Force. Then women's club lacrosse up against Utah State Saturday at 2 p.m. They are 3-3 on the regular season, looking to finish off at 4-3. They're up against Utah State, who is 1-5 on the year. Last home game for the Buffs should be really fun stuff. That will be streamed live on ScoBuff Sports. Then finally, NCAA lacrosse. Colorado is ranked, and they are up against number 5 Florida at home at 10 a.m. The Buffs have beaten a top 5 ranked team so far this season, looking to do it again up against the Gators. Should be really good stuff coming this weekend. Harrison and Lincoln, back to you guys.
Much obliged, Big P. It's time for the answer to this week's trivia question. Earlier, we asked you which team violently eliminated the Buffs from last year's college basketball crown tournament. And the answer is, drumroll please, Villanova. The Nerds from Philly routed Colorado 85-64 in the first ever crown tournament.
Instead of tweet of the week, we have some exciting news. This live show will be the last one that's free in ScoBuff Sports history. Per our Instagram, we're proud to announce ScoBuff Sports Plus for the low price of $34.99 per month. You can purchase the Roach tier, where you'll get all SBS content. It includes every episode of Folsom Feud, our wonderful stand-ups, and exclusive elevator picks. Available on iOS and Android. Purchase the ScoBuff Sports app today. Well, Harrison, it looks like we have an appointment to get to.
Where, in fact?
I think we got to get to Buckingham Hall here.
Well, see you soon, Jake.